Like, obviously.
We're already a little bit all over the place.
Yeah, we have a
Dick
super
K
special guest with us today. His name is Garrett, and he's one of my friends from my hometown, and so it's super cool to have him. And like, what is that Carol Baskins lady? What does she say? She's like, "What's up, all you cool cats and kittens?" That like really
I haven't watched
shit.
any of it.
He hasn't watched any of it, but it's hilarious. Me and Garrett have. So if anybody has questions about it, please chime in.
Bartholomew. So
Bartholomew.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean, that works too. Whatever you want to be known on the
probably
internet
start
as.
Getting some shirts made.
Bartholomew. Yeah, I got some shirts to make. I guess you haven't seen the last. Have you shown him the shirt that I made?
I haven't seen the horse hunter one.
All right.
Oh, wow.
So I made one of my brother.
Something new.
Let
me go grab it real quick.
It's so funny. So
fucking
basically,
silly
and I think
shit.
everybody that watches the podcast, if they still watch it, like it's Dick made them for his brother doing like a 5K, and it's his face and the little pecs.
Oh, I think he showed
Did
me last time.
Did he?
He might have.
That might have been when we got the box in. The shirt.
No.
Oh my god.
So yeah, this is my brother,
That's his brother.
and then I also put it in the back. I'm making stickers at the bottom.
Yeah. So we're like, we gotta put
But
these.
he's
Obviously,
the horse hunter. I don't know if you know the story
the
either.
story's really good.
I like blue.
And this is Seth's favorite shirt.
Yeah, I know. You wear it all the time.
I thought I ruined it because I hurt my elbow and I bled all over the sleeve.
Well, you're lucky Dick has some spares.
No,
Those two are for Jack and Sierra that I haven't sent them out yet.
I thought Jack and Sierra came into town.
No.
That's weird.
Nah. But yeah, I haven't sent them in 2 fucking months because I'm a fucking clown. But
That's fine. Everybody's fine.
yeah, I'm gonna make stickers of the back portion of it too. Maybe I can tell you the horse hunter story. The horse hunter story my brother fucking hates, but I think it's
It
hilarious.
is really funny.
Okay, here we go.
So it's my brother Eric. My brother Eric looks very similar to me. Like when I was a fat kid, people couldn't really tell that much of a difference until I started talking, and then it was like, okay, then we're different here. But my family has an automotive shop. I don't know if I told you that. So he's going out to go get a car at my parents' house or whatever to bring it in and do the thing.
Right.
And it's like 11 o'clock at night. He was doing something, and he's just driving home. And my parents live way out in the country. And he just going down like 40, 45 miles an hour down this dirt road, nothing crazy.
Looking for trannies.
That's like.
Everybody does it.
I feel like this is going to be like one of the things.
I think you're going to explain that one because I don't go around the country looking for anything.
We were talking about this earlier, but
It's not about transmissions either.
I got that part about the scenario.
Oh god. Oh great.
We can get there in a second. I'll bring you back.
This is about you.
I'll bring you back.
Right
I'll bring you back around.
This might be the night we really get the Dick and Kate show.
It could be because you've already started rolling through too.
Yeah. Because now we have Gary here, and I'm like,
fuck, why didn't we
I'm only a couple beers in, so let me catch up a little bit here.
No, don't do it.
I'm also only a couple of beers in. Maybe a couple shots. You really?
Yeah, I had like
The road beer
17
situation was
fucking thousand beers.
I hope your probation officer doesn't see this.
Yeah, well.
I'm indiscreet.
There's water in this can.
That's just however you push it, whichever way you look at it. Right? Like
push it real good.
Yeah, unless they fucking, there's no.
Okay, let him keep telling you the story because you would be like, oh shit, like because I'm pretty positive we know that we kind of know similar stories.
So you have a brother that looks like you.
Yeah.
He's equally as like good looking as you.
No. As somebody put it once, my brother's not like a bad looking dude. He just doesn't take care of himself at all.
I have an uncle like that.
Yeah,
I don't claim him.
He just doesn't give a shit at all.
No, I swear.
But he's the best.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I love.
But he could be better.
I just don't think he cares about the same things that we do.
No.
Not
Like
a lot of
at
people
all.
do.
Yeah. So like, where the three of us are like, I hope I look good today.
Yeah.
Eric's like,
I speak for myself.
I'm just gonna go to work.
Yeah,
I
Eric,
don't think about that part.
Greasy ass hair, whatever.
No, he's like, I'm gonna take a shower. I'm just gonna go to work. Like, I don't give a fuck.
That's fine.
Which is funny because Eric probably takes more showers than I do, to be perfectly honest. He
But
just
they're so greasy. Wash your fucking hair next time you take a shower.
Shut up. All right, shut up. We have to hear the rest of the horse hunter story because we're already talking about it. We're already talking about
You
it.
can take a shower like so many times. but
We're
just
gonna
wash
beer
your-
all. You're gonna spill beer all over yourself. Garrett is already like such a hot mess. Like he's gonna be.
Hot, yes.
He's
Mess,
a hot
no.
mess wearing Forever 21 jeans. I said it,
Get your
and it's true.
Get yourself some at Forever 21 at your stores closed near you.
My body as like a normal sized person, girl, doesn't fit in their pants when I ask for my normal size. I gotta get like a size 21 because I'm a size 6. Do you know what I mean?
no.
So you're saying you're large?
Yeah, I'm a big girl in Forever 21 pants because they're made for preteens.
You're not supposed to shop at that store.
Yeah, they're made for
That's
preteens.
what they're trying
All
to
their
get at.
shirts are
Like,
6
hey,
inches smaller than like a normal
Hey,
shirt.
we
I
got a place for you, and it's not the baby guy.
It's called Eddie Bauer. That
Eddie Bauer's terrible.
I've been not looking forward to this like turning. This is gonna sound really bad.
30?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully,
Holy shit,
nobody
are you gonna
says.
make it to 30?
I might not.
I hope you don't.
But like, to do like all of like, I'm like, fuck. I hope
It's
I
a
don't
lot
turn
of
30
labor.
and then suddenly I want to shop at Gap again and like Eddie Bauer.
No, don't
I-
do that.
I don't think I can handle it.
I don't think it's going to change anything, to be perfectly
I don't think
honest.
so either.
Honestly-
I mean, I really think my jam is just like uncomfortable.
We don't need
Yeah,
to like.
you're comfortable, but nobody else is watching you being comfortable.
This is how this night's gonna go. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Fuck you.
I
Stop
was gonna
talking.
give you my undies.
Okay, what? You don't even wear underwear. This is how
Exactly.
much we know about each other. Okay.
Exactly.
So can we?
That's what I told my
Can
ex-wife.
oh
I was
my
like,
god. Oh my god.
my
I like how the microphone just turns on and it's just constant. Bam,
My-
bam,
my-
bam,
my-
bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, dude. Like, so here's the deal. Like, okay, well, I'm trying to potty train my youngest, which is 2. She like pisses, she gets in her diaper, right?
Yeah, she's
Except
a
for at my
toddler.
house. She'll pee in the potty just fine, right?
Right.
She shit in her diaper. Like, I was like, you want to smell this? You want to lick it?
Ew,
No?
stop.
No?
Stop talking about your child abuse on the internet. Oh my god.
She didn't want to, you know
Well,
why?
yeah, because she's like, no.
I didn't
don't
want to
do
either.
this.
Nobody wants that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
the idea is
poop in
like-
a potty, dick.
How did this go from you don't wear underwear to poop in the morning?
I don't really
Do
know.
you
Because
poop your pants if you wear underwear?
I texted my ex-wife. I was like, she shit her fucking diaper. I don't have any extra diapers. I don't have any. Zero.
Is that when
Literally.
she came over and took them?
Uh,
Kinda. This is like what led up to
no,
this.
that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
So I was
That's not
like,
even like a bad thing. Why didn't you tell me that? That's so dramatic on her end. She could have just brought you diapers. Are you serious? Put it down. Put it down. I'm fucking babysitting
okay.
tonight.
Can
I'm gonna drive this fucking truck. Drove a semi here.
It's only a lifted fucking. It's a 3/4 ton, so it's only
It's
lifted.
huge.
It's not that big.
Dick, I felt like so uncomfortable.
My
Sorry, we
dick.
started a
She's
story.
talking
then we
about
came
my
into a
dick,
story,
Dick.
and then we're starting another story. Each
She's
of us
talking
have
about
started
my
a story.
dick.
I know. Stop.
It's huge.
Here,
So
shut up.
Scott,
What's up?
No, it's small.
just doing that laundry.
Molly?
What?
Figured
It says yeah.
Anyway, so I get into the truck and I'm like, oh my god, I can't see anything. Me and Garrett are the same height, so I was like, how the fuck is your seat this far back? This is retarded.
It's all that gangster lean.
Yeah, but I was like, I can't see above the steering wheel. So I put my seat all the way. I'm not comfortable in this truck.
That's one. Seth has his in the
There
room,
in
but
in this room.
the Montucky's cold. If you want a Montucky, it's not a Scotty D scenario.
So like, I get in the seat and I'm like, I can't see over. I drive a Ford Focus, a very different lifestyle. So I
It's
lift
a
the
Zia
seat
twin.
all the way up. My knees are touching the fucking steering wheel. And the whole time, it's Garrett dance party in the passenger seat. And he keeps moving all the mirrors. The only mirror he can't reach is my driver's side mirror. He's moving all the other mirrors to look at him, to look at me. He's like, And I was like, oh my god.
To be like straight, I was not looking at anybody.
He was looking at himself. He was like,
So that's like the 6'6" bed?
"You're fine."
6 bed?
Yeah.
Is that your truck? He's
Yeah, it's just a regular bed. Same as
What's the
yours.
difference between that one? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
bud.
yours.
It's the same as yours. You just have a quad cab and he's got a fucking extended cab. Right?
Very nice.
Very nice.
You want to drive it? I have
yours
the keys for it.
It's a 6.
I don't, not good. If he's got a 2016, I got an identical truck, basically.
I
Yeah,
was
it's just
like,
the seats are different.
We
That's
drove it
pretty
here
much
drunk, so I'm sure it'll be
She
fine.
No, that's the sweetest truck ever, isn't it?
I like it. There could be better.
What?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like a 2020?
Massaging the seats and get rid of death.
I just think it's really weird that when the bass like drops, like my whole ass started vibrating. I was like, this is weird.
The massaging seats.
I'm not
entirely
super
too
into
dope,
this.
But,
The same thing happened to me, but that was without all.
Oh, thanks for the follow, boob.
Oh, okay. So hold on. Let's backtrack because we already heard my story. Let's finish up the horse hunter story, and then we'll finish up this story over here. So you stop talking. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
what do you pay for?
Just keep talking to Scott. And you.
No, we don't need to have a
finish
separate
the
conversation because it fucks it up.
60?
Yeah, they're expensive. I mean, yours is like right there, anyways. Yeah, he's got the fully loaded SLT.
That was 2 years ago.
Sorry for the side
That
conversation,
was off
guys.
the lie. But yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
A little louder.
It was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Louder! Louder! Louder!
My buddy's got a Cessna's a 16, and then my buddy has a Dodge, and I definitely like got both of them.
I used to drive a Dodge too, but then I became straight again.
That's gonna make
so
somebody mad at some point.
Yeah, I'm like, that's so good. I got offended by that.
I'm still bye.
Dodges are just like,
My dad just bought a new Dodge. It's
they're like
beautiful
the red
though.
I like
stepchild, though.
Dodge.
They're like, they're nice, and you still love them,
They're cute.
but they're the red-headed stepchild. Like, cool. We just won't bring
Man,
you
there's
in.
plenty of Cummins boys that would be like all up in your grill right now.
What?
There's plenty of Cummins boys that be up in your grill right now.
I mean, I think what's more weird is that my dad went from a Ford to a Dodge, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I wouldn't do that.
Well, he went from like a base truck to like a fucking loaded truck too.
that's true, yeah.
So it's and the current Rams have solid interiors. They're
Here's the
real
deal.
nice.
Yeah.
I fucking owned
Good.
everything. I've
Nice
had a
right-hand
Platinum.
pull because of their solid front axle.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay.
No, they still are because the Fords still are too. They're still solid
I
front
like the
axles.
right-hand pull.
This is so fun. I cannot
Platinum?
believe that I came here for this.
I've owned a Platinum. I've owned a fucking.
This is
Whatever.
you did it to yourself on that one.
No, I didn't. I did not do this.
I mean,
I wanted to
one
drive the
Ford I
Focus.
really like my buddy
He
had.
was like, get in the truck.
I was
was like,
2015 Platinum.
You
Really
your
good.
Focus. No, it's SHO. Which one's that?
The Taurus.
It says
Ford
show.
SHO.
It's
That
show.
thing is fucking dope.
The
Super
newest,
high
the newer
output.
ones are dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
Did you just
365
say
horsepower.
show?
That's-
Yeah.
It's all the same show.
Yeah,
SHO.
show and SHO are the you can say them
Show.
either way.
I don't know what that
It's
means.
just,
I
like,
always thought it was
ridiculous.
pronounced showy.
It's faster than my M3 was. Like, it just gets it.
Dope. Congrats on your promotion during
Wait,
a
who's
time somebody random. I don't fucking know.
They're telling us about their promotion?
Yeah, which is
Well,
pretty
promotion,
dope.
Like, that's amazing.
Yeah,
this is
especially
a
right
really
now.
Hard time to get promoted? Yeah, it's a hard time.
Super hard time to get promoted. So congrats on that one.
Yeah, that's amazing. They must think really, really high of you.
The what?
I appreciate all promotions.
We're not gonna talk about any
Oh,
of that
yeah, we're not going to talk
shenanigans
about
right
any
now.
COVID-related things.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to
Trying-
like, veer from.
80,000.
Oh.
Stop! Fuck yes! Yes! Congratulations! Fuck
He
yeah.
made money off of.
Yeah, which is what you should be doing if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got to keep things going. Anyway, okay, so we got to finish up the horse hunter story. So let's keep that moving.
Okay,
Your
so
brother,
yep, my brother.
right? To get back to
Stop
this.
talking.
To get back to this.
We're never going to get through this.
Oh, God. Can I help you? Can I help
We're
you?
never gonna get
How
through
are
this
you
shit.
doing? Can I help you?
Oh my God.
We started this one a little too.
Is this even
Usually we
an
get fucked
hour?
up during the middle of it, but
I'm sorry.
We're
for
fucked
this.
up now.
I'm not there yet. I got.
Speak for your
Well,
goddamn
what?
self.
Like, okay, I'm sorry, because now we have to figure out how we got to this point, right? Well, I can tell you, Garrett called me at like what? Did you call me at like 11 or noon today? Because we knew Garrett was gonna come down.
Yeah, you told me yesterday.
And like he goes, "What are you doing?" I was like,
Working.
Working. And he was like, no, you're not. You're on TikTok or you're watching YouTube videos. And I was like, I mean, you're not wrong. I'm doing both of these things. But I'm also like, I got a job. And he was like, well, everything that like was going to happen today is not going to happen. So like, and I was like,
Let me
okay.
wreck your world real quick. That's what I was trying to say.
So anyway, he's been drunk for a while.
Well, that's okay. Because
That's the
again, like
finisher.
that's what we do is we drink on this shit.
It's
At some point, we
okay.
got
Give
get
me
the
a
conversations
glass.
fucking going. That's not bad considering you weren't paying attention.
I'm ready to make this, so this one's going to be better. Are you ready? Are you crying?
I'm
Are you crying? No.
just trying to miss my eye. But
I worked
It's like
in
you-
a no-kill animal shelter. I was promoted to playing with the dogs and walking.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Then you weren't promoted.
That's amazing. I think that's really good for like morale.
We're getting trolled right
Do you
now.
think? I think
If
like
Joe
that would be
Exotic
really. What if
was
you
not-
like?
What was the previous port of the
I
job?
don't
I
know
guess.
what the situation. I don't fucking know.
Like,
okay,
what
what are
were-
we doing with like the horse hunter story?
We can- All right. Do you want to finish the story? Do you want to hear
Yes,
the story?
you have to finish it. I would sum it up, but it's not gonna make sense. Like it's not gonna. Really,
It's a pretty
not gonna-
fun story overall.
Okay, like, about you
Except
and
for
your-
a horse dies.
nobody wants
Anyway,
that
so
story.
didn't he hit like a horse?
Yeah.
Jeep?
So he missed it.
Or the trailer.
The trailer.
Please? Give me a moment.
You gotta watch out too.
Yeah, shot too.
Yeah, you should probably. It doesn't reach that far, so scooch in. I don't want to sit this close to you. I just
You're
just shut up.
You disgust me.
That's-
Just don't pull it over.
This is what happens when you know somebody
You.
all your
You're pretty
life.
much.
Gross, so gross. Anyway, murder. Anyway, so he took down a horse with like the trailer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I
It's,
wish it would have been you. Gary.
the whole scenario. I don't. I'm not getting this whole thing at all, for sure.
We're having like a sibling moment, I think, if you will, and I think you're really annoying right now. But the best, like you're gonna be the best man at my wedding. I do have to show you a video later, which is gonna be hilarious to you.
I guess. Yeah, he'll probably get it.
Yeah, I mean,
Not the same way that we get that one,
Yeah,
but
we kind of rolled it on the last one, but at least look at like the jokes that we're probably gonna make throughout this entire podcast.
all right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
it's
Uh,
really funny.
That random TikTok scenario where it's just like,
It was the best video I've ever come across.
yeah, I don't.
Have you got on TikTok?
I don't have time, honestly.
What do you mean, make time?
He doesn't have 6 hours to spend scrolling through bullshit. Like me and you do, Care.
What's up, Alyssa? How you doing?
Listen, who?
My friend Alyssa lives down in.
Also friends with you, like Chris?
Yeah, with,
Oh,
yeah, with
very
C-Dubs.
cool.
Yeah.
Shoot, I hear about you all the time.
I'm good. Just sitting here drinking. I haven't had anything since like fucking Sunday, I guess.
All good things.
Yeah. How are you? How's staying at home with your kid just running around the fucking house?
Fuck you and your game.
Well,
So I get it.
Yeah.
what?
That's a real
Milo's.
quick move.
I'm about to end him. So my favorite thing about Alyssa is she's raised this kid. She was a stay-at-home mom for like several years.
She raised kids because it's her choice.
Yeah, no, she
I
did.
think-
But the problem is he's too much like her, and she hates it.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah.
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 We
My
do
middle
that
child.
to my mom. Oh yeah, it's always the middle child for sure. Like
This-
even in our
he-
family,
he's
with
only the-
three
he's only the
girls,
number
it's
one.
Jamie, that's most like my mom.
He's a stubborn asshole, is what I got out of that one. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but yeah, but that's kind of like kids in general. They mirror what you give them, right?
I mean,
Gary knows this, so
They totally know how to push your buttons like crazy.
yeah, always,
You want a
every time.
Clean house?
Gosh,
Fuck your life.
I missed your face.
Aw.
You just gotta ask for it sometimes. That's all it is. But yeah, we're here.
That's a dick pic that you want to get. You know what I mean?
Excuse me?
That's the best dick pic in the world.
Yeah, right here. This
That.
even though it's
I want to like
That's a dick
take a
pic.
screenshot of that and just like send that to everybody. Like, here's my
Do
dick
you want
pic.
to? I can just send one to you. I can just send one to you.
The
We
dick
just
jokes
have one that we just rotate.
never end.
It's just
It
never
won't
ending.
go viral.
You're like this.
I had one where somebody memed me and it kind of went viral for like, there was like,
Is this like a Danny
I've seen that.
situation?
Didn't you send that to me? Or like somebody?
no, there was one like
This one was
many
a
years ago.
Madwire thing, I thought.
No, it wasn't even close to that time frame. This is like 2012, 13, something like that.
She wasn't alive.
I got like a lot of hammer.
She wasn't alive.
I wasn't alive in 2000. Gary's only 1 year older than me, by the way.
Yeah.
But
He
I
was
17 years younger.
Somebody apparently thought he was smart in school and put him the grade ahead of where he should have been.
That's
And
all
now he
I
has
see.
a big head about it. So he's like, isn't that so weird that you graduated in 2009 and I graduated in 2007? And I'm like, whatever, you're 30 and I'm not, so.
Being 30 like brings a lot of toll on your life. It really does. But
I think your whole life brings a lot of
So,
you have
yeah.
3 kids, you got an ex-wife, like you have a lot of things that are like, I'm like, I would have never done any of this by the time I was 30.
yeah.
But I
well,
wouldn't have started it when I was 18. Boop.
This too shall pass, though.
It sure shall. It sure shall.
It sure shall.
I think you got several more years. If your youngest is 2, you got a lot of years.
I mean, the kids are great, right? Like, the kids are the best.
Fish.
Ready for this
The kids are
fall
fine.
pass.
They can be. They're really good.
It will. It will soon.
She's gonna get married. She's gonna be fine. She'll stop giving you the business. Hopefully.
At some point.
I don't know if it's any according to my parents. There was no business ended ever. As soon as
Dad was
immediate-
always fucking around.
immediate interaction is never good between my parents, and that shit was fucking 20 years ago.
That's my dad, man. Like, here's the deal. I'm gonna let you in on this little deal. I work for my dad, right?
Yeah, I did that for too long.
And he is so burned out on what he does. We've done the same thing, or he has, for 26 years. He's like, I'm burned out.
Yeah.
He's like, I like fucking. I come home, I don't even want to fuck anymore. That's what he said. I was like,
Well, that's a little bit too real on that one, but like it happens that way sometimes, especially if you like only run into your fucking like career and not into your relationship. You know what I mean?
God, that's him, dude.
I
He's
just
so-
so honestly, but he owns like his own business, right? And it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work where
I'm a
where
lot
we're
of work,
from.
too.
And yeah, you're a fucking mess. So it's like hard to keep everything afloat sometimes.
No, it's true. It's not wrong on that one. It's a pain in the ass, and we're all a pain in the ass to our parents too. Like even when I was around for my dad, I'd be like yelling at him for like
What's your
him
dad
being
do?
dumb. We own that automotive shop.
Okay.
Yeah. So he does that, and I did that for fucking. Often I still fucking work there, even though I work somewhere else.
I mean, it's like a thing where you like don't love it, but you do.
Alyssa, you're not even
Well,
close to a
even
mess.
when I used to work for my parents, like, I mean, and we're all like all of
Sucking
us,
dick
all 5
for
of
a
us.
living does not count.
That's
as
how
a
it works.
job.
For you think my dad's like a pimp? That'd be dope if he was, but like he's not. Like he's like.
I suck dick for fun.
But can you? Yeah, I know. I can tell by the genes, like your genes. We already had this conversation today.
Sometimes you just gave her money. It's okay.
Gary doesn't know that I'm the one benefiting enough of his like excursions over here. I'm trying to be
check
really
out my
mindful of
Instagram.
it. I give him plastic gloves and a face mask, and it's really just like it's like a dental dam kind of thing. Like like you like.
This is all in plastic.
And, like, the
I
dick can go in, but it can't go in far. And it's elastic straps. I mean,
Ma'am,
you could try.
It just has like too much like resistance going
yeah,
on there.
you gotta
I
pan them
don't
up.
use
Like
any protection at all, so I don't know what the fuck a dental dam is.
A dental dam is not.
I know.
I had to look up
It's
what
a
a dental
woman's
dam
condom.
was. No, it's different.
No,
Like
no,
there's a
it's
difference
not.
between a female condom and a dental dam.
Oh, totally different.
Yeah, totally.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I didn't know this
Tell me
either.
about it.
And I had to. Okay, I had to look it up like a week ago because I didn't know because apparently where we come from, we weren't given proper sex ed. They were like, here's a condom and like threw it at our face and we were like, we don't know how to use that.
So a dental dam is not intended for sexual stuff, by the way.
A dental
Wow.
dam literally lays
kidding me.
across.
No.
I swear to, no, it is. But
No,
like, it,
you-
no, I swear to God. Okay, I'm just gonna look it up.
Okay,
Let me,
I'll tell you what it is.
Okay,
I know what it
can I
is.
just tell you what it is?
Everybody
Go,
has
go
Google.
for it.
Let's Google it.
Okay, so a dental dam lays across
Your
the
vagina.
situation, the whole crotch-like area, and
So you can still
like
eat the puss, but not.
right, but not actually. And so it's called a dental. So your like face can't actually like get in there. A female
So is
condom.
COVID-19 protective.
A female condom is like this thing where it has like
Yeah,
a
2
ring here.
point. It really is.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally fucking.
Kinda, that's so true.
This is totally fucking wrong.
It's so true.
But
But
okay.
like a female can
Continue.
no, that's totally
It's
what it is.
totally
Okay, we'll
fucking
look it up.
wrong.
We'll look it up. My
If
phone
you guys
says
want to
I can.
fucking do weird
My
shit,
phone's like, are you
just
serious?
use a dental dam. God damn.
So
A dental dam. Hold on. But like a female condom. did you see this? You have to see the diagram.
yeah, but that's That's
will
not
never
what-
solve my
Let
pussy.
me read to you guys what a dental
If I
dam
have a
is in
girl
case
pussy,
we're all in the
a
same
woman-
situation.
or a
A
boy-
girl, you probably phrase it differently versus
I
girl, woman,
phrase
and
it.
boy. Like what? Like you're like just eating pussy anyway. Like just dental dams are latex or polyurethane sheets used between the mouth and vagina or anus during oral sex. But this way. Ready to use dental dams can be purchased online. Do use a new latex or polyurethane dental dam every time you have oral sex. They're literally just a sheet over the situation.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. What
But
were
a
you
female
telling me?
condom is like you have an O here and then like what looks like a fucking
A penis?
baggy tunnel and then an O here.
Yeah.
And you pop it up inside of you and one's supposed to go like over the cervix and the other one's supposed to just give you the opening into the rest
yeah,
of
it's like this. It's like a reverse condom scenario. It's
which I
just like
think is wild because I'm like, I don't even know.
So
like
you're
the same
telling
thing with
me-
like the Nuva ring. I was like, I don't know. Like I don't know how people get these things up them.
So you're telling me
it's.
that
I mean, it's a
there's-
surgical procedure kind of scenario, but
No,
like
I don't,
it's.
it's not surgical. You just like
I know,
just, like,
it's-
bend and snap.
essentially.
Yeah, it's
Bend and
surgical.
snap.
Right.
It's
Essentially.
Essentially, it is. But yeah, it's definitely like
Use me. if
you tuck it
want
in
to
there,
fucking-
and it's like, and then you let go like the pliers basically, and let it like. It's not that bad.
Do you
I'm
guys-
20.
I don't
29
know.
years old,
I don't
and
know
it's
like how it feels, obviously, but like from everything that I
Can
know
we
that
get
I've
an
had.
expert on the show? Can we like please like next month have
I feel
somebody
like
who's
I'm
versed
kind of
in
an
sexual
expert.
education? No, you're not because you have no fucking idea what the shit
I
is.
have 3 kids.
And-
That's
yeah,
why you don't know.
That's why you're not an expert.
I am an expert at having kids.
Okay, well that's so teaching having
Here,
the
okay,
bi-
take
yeah
this.
the okay
I can tell
understand.
you how not
But
to have kids.
preventative sex you're not an expert in.
Well, yeah, I could be. You didn't
You
ask.
could be, but you're not.
You didn't. Nobody
So there
asked
is
me.
the.
He's like, but nobody asked if I didn't know how to like have babies. I'm sure you do because you haven't had babies since. What is it? The pull-out method works 89% of the time if you can do it right.
Yeah, if she's not a dude.
Without pre-ejaculate, I think. Anyway, we should stop talking about this. We should really stop. I'm a girl. Like, we get into it because I'm like, oh my God, my number one goal is to not get pregnant. So I'm like,
That's your
what's
number
going
one
to
goal.
make me pregnant?
That's your number one goal.
In sex, yeah.
Yeah, penis will make you pregnant.
I think it's funny that you think just, like, looking at a penis?
No, well, it might.
Like, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean, that's
No
pregnant.
shit, like for real, it could.
No, it can't.
It's indirect contact.
It's indirect contact. Oh shit, no.
I swear to God.
No.
How do you think the COVID-19 started?
So stupid. So stupid. I mean, don't like feel women who hate men as much as they do, and they're like, men are viruses. And I'm like, right? Indirect
So am
contact.
I.
Just looking at a penis can like fucking
Get
fuck you
pregnant?
up. I hate it when women hate men. That's like one of my least favorite things in the world.
That's why people still make cooking art.
Don't make those kind of jokes. But like, where is like the situation where women like really hate men? Like, where does that start? Right? Is it like a Jamie Garfield situation? Is it like like somebody hurt my feelings one time and like all men are trash? Like, where does this
I
start?
feel like it starts when you're like a younger child.
Like a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get like your heart hurt. Like your boyfriend cheats on you and like all men are trash.
Maybe, but maybe.
Or you get cheated on like a few too many times.
True.
Or like just weird shit, and so
Right.
like all men are trash. That's wild to me. Cause I'm like, all of this shit has happened to
You've
me,
never
and I'm
cheated.
like the best. I've never cheated on anybody. Because if I'm gonna cheat on somebody, I'll just dump them, right? I'm pretty cut and dry, pretty black and white here.
I'm not.
But like,
'Cause I've heard they did
if
men
you
now, I
hate
guess.
men so much, like, what's your like deal with like that's where like where does it start? Where does like the hate for men start? Does it start as like a young child with like your dad or like stepdad or like mom's boyfriend or your boyfriend or like where does it start?
So I don't know about that scenario like a whole lot. Like I've heard that whole thing, but like I don't know. I'm friends with like quite a few girls. Like
Well, I'm
I
friends with so many amazing men, so I'm like, even if I do date a horrible guy, I would never have the mentality that like all men are trash.
Gare.
I hate men, LOL. Well, just what?
What just happened?
6.5 years ago.
she's talking about a problem that's currently occurring, but that's okay.
What did she say? I didn't
I
hear.
hate
It was a hate man, LOL. Well, just one, but still, that started 6.5 years ago.
Okay, but like it's not. You don't hate like all men, like right? Like you don't have the mentality like all men are trash.
But I feel like
fucking hate
that
men.
can
All
lead
men are
to
trash.
that. Like I feel like if you hate one man, it can lead to like multiple.
I think what happens is that you have one man that you're like, oh my god, he hurt my feelings. I hate this person, and then instead of taking time for yourself, like people should after a breakup, you immediately dive back into another unhealthy relationship, and so it just like starts to like
Yeah.
skee ball.
Who have gotten to that point were raped.
Okay,
That's a little bit. That's a little
I
bit too much,
understand
Alyssa.
that. I understand that. Okay, I get that.
Now they're lesbians.
Me too. That's so weird. I fucking hate guys.
So, I mean, it really depends on like a lot of things. Because, like, for me, again, like, I'm friends with like a lot of people. So, like, I've definitely like been on the end where like I'm sitting across the table from someone's like, I like fuck man, fuck all this shit, and they're like, they look at me like,
For real. Let's.
whoa, like, wait a second here. You're like, yeah,
Like I think I've been
Let's
one
be
time
real for
like
2
fuck
seconds,
men,
right?
and then I think I've been like, nope, fuck this man.
yeah,
This
and that's
man.
pretty
Not
much what it
men,
should be. And
just this man.
But when you say fuck this man, do you mean like fuck this man?
No, I'm like, this guy can go bye.
And?
Bye. This guy should leave my life. Like, I don't want him around. I don't want him to keep texting me.
Because
Like, I
you
don't want to
blocked
be a
him.
part of it. I don't want this shit. I will block every man that comes into my life and like hurts my feelings.
yeah,
That's the best way, honestly, in this like world that we live in now.
See-
like, it's not a phone call away. It's not like on the phone.
yeah.
It's not like you run in. It's like you see them all over social and stuff.
Well, and that's where I was kind of going with that. Like, there is awful just people, and so what I've learned as a person, like, I can't be like, well, because of this girl, like, fuck bitches and all this shit. Like, I'm not
I would
ruling
never,
that way.
Like, just because of this one guy, like, again, like I'm friends with like some of the most amazing men.
Me.
So it doesn't.
Basically.
You're working it tonight. Like, jeez.
So yeah, it's one of those things that we can't look at like as like a fucking like, you know, fuck bitches,
Yeah,
fuck
fuck
dudes.
everybody.
Like
That's
it's just
crazy.
like I don't know, but my thing is definitely more like fuck everybody and like the people that like I enjoy being
Prove
around.
yourself.
Yeah,
Prove yourself.
yeah, and so that's
Yeah.
kind of like where like
Yeah.
I am with that. It's just like, this would be crazy, but I have plenty of friends that are girls and all that kind of
They can
shit.
be good.
And they're all
right?
crazy.
They can be good.
Everybody's crazy.
Everybody
can be good,
That's
too.
probably the best.
Yeah, everybody can be good, including those terrible ass fucking people that you've experienced.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking. I have a really dark side and I have a really good side. Honestly, everybody does. I hope. I think. You're right.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was literally just like I'm Easter. I don't even know. Rock and roll. Yeah, rock and roll is obviously
Like a
made
thing of
from the
70s.
devil, and
You like Kiss?
it's
don't
just
you?
sexual. I honestly, I really like everybody. Like if you're just like that, and like all of it, like Led Zeppelin, Stone, you know this. Like everybody.
Kiss is terrible. Fucking Gene Simmons can go suck all
Kiss
the
has
rocks.
some. They have some bobs, but I think. what I
Okay,
can
name one.
really
ri-
tell
Name,
you-
name
40
one.
years
Name
ago.
one. Name one right now.
40 years ago, they had some bobs.
No,
I'm
say it right
drunk,
now.
So we're gonna have to think about.
No,
this.
no, 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 no.
Can I
If you're
look it
gonna-
up?
Now.
No.
Right now.
Kiss is
One.
awesome.
Kiss is awful.
I mean, they're not the best.
No, they're awful.
But like, okay, but here's like the deal. If you really want to like hair band the night, Kiss is probably gonna be involved. Yeah, absolutely. Because if we're listening to Cinderella, Cheap Chick, Monty Clue, Kiss is gonna like come through.
But have you ever noticed that I always
Are
skip
you
through
high
it?
on meth when you're like doing?
Yeah, scared.
Everybody get on meth.
Shut that down. No, I'm not.
Everybody listen.
But
to fucking
sometimes
Kiss
we
on
have
meth.
like our hair. Like I love Cheap Trick like crazy.
You would too,
I
because he's
love
bisexual
it.
as fuck. And
Cheap
like,
Trick is a whole band, not just one person.
Cheap Trick is cheap.
like you. Remember when we were talking about how cheap you are?
I can be.
So yeah, so
But
like
you're also a lesbian, so it's fine.
no.
Definitely not.
Oh, I am. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
lesbian.
We proved this last weekend.
There were
Or it's like, no.
Yeah, what a fucking week it's been. Anyway, but I just think, okay, so Kiss, what do they even have? Rock and Roll All Night?
Yeah, that's about like the only
I
one
think
that I
that
can.
might be one of the, like, unless I heard like something else, I'd be like, that actually off the top of my head
Did you watch
is
that
like
movie?
one of the only ones.
What's it called?
Well, give me what
A
it's about.
Star
I
is
can help you
Born,
out
yes,
here.
and I cried 4 times. I'll never watch it again.
Like Almost Famous. Almost Famous was about Kiss, kind of ish, right? Do you remember that movie?
What is Almost Famous?
It was about a boy. He was like you, but he had no penis.
He had no penis? But he was like me, but he had no penis.
I mean,
He was a
almost
journalist.
famous. I'm trying to like think of what
He
this
was
is.
a journalist. He was following around like Kiss for a bit, and he like.
Yeah, I've never seen
It's a
that.
comedy film written and directed by Cameron
It
Crowe.
was a good movie, dude.
Tells the story of a teenage journalist writing for Rolling Stone, his efforts touring with fictitious rock band Stillwater, and his efforts to get his first cover story published.
But in like the height of like, in like the 80s.
Well, I
like, it
agree.
was
In the
big,
80s, they
wouldn't
were
you love
huge.
them? Yeah, you'd be like, oh,
I
they're
can
on
agree with that.
Pandora, like if you could put the 80s in our time now, we'd be like, man, we can't stop fucking hearing that.
Well, I mean, we got the same boat with like fucking like Little Yachty and shit like that. Where like, there's a couple songs where I'm like, I'll bump, I'll be like, yeah, doing the thing, and then I'm like,
am I gonna buy the album? Probably not.
fuck no,
No.
fuck no.
I'm
And
not
then
gonna go to the
in 4
concert.
years, I'm not gonna remember this goddamn song at all.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about any of this. But oh my gosh, so I used to have this. I'm gonna call him amazing. I think about him a little bit differently now. He's one of my favorite bosses that I've ever had, and Halloween was like his shit.
Yeah.
And he's a bodybuilder. He's a bodybuilder in his late 40s, and you know him.
I know him. Yep.
And like, he was just.
There was a ton of hatred while you worked for him.
Oh my god, totally, because we clashed, but as friends, we're like amazing.
Yeah.
So we're like, we gotta go axe throwing as like friends, but like while working for him, I was like, I'll fucking kill you if you walk into this office with idea. And I'm like, oh, like I wasn't fucking working.
Get your fucking idea on a piece of
Yeah,
paper.
fucking an email would work
And
amazing.
send it to me.
Let me look it up before you just show up with an idea and expect me to like fucking execute like immediately. That's crazy. But like, Halloween was a shit. So he's this big buff guy, bodybuilder. And do you want this? Okay.
You're giving it out.
Well, you gotta be careful.
There, we can move it a little
Ah.
closer.
I'll scoot.
We can move it a little closer.
And
To the hatred.
so just all this like muscle, good body, like whatever. He's like fine. He's working it. He's great in like his like late 40s. One year he dressed up as Batman and had a total latex paint bodysuit on so he could be Batman. With just, I believe, the pants. The rest of it was latex body.
With
And
just
like the
pants.
mask, but most of it was latex body paint and like the boots. He looked amazing. It was done really well. He had a professional like costume person come and like do this for him. The next year, he really wanted to do this the year that he did Batman, but the costume didn't come in time, so he had to wait until the next year to do it. He had ordered an entire Gene Simmons costume. Like, yeah, he totally was, and he loves them. So, like,
Yeah, 'cause
the
he would've
boots, the whole silver outfit, like, all of it. And, like, half of it was, again, body painted on.
Yeah, like during like.
But, like, the boots, all of it. Like, he bought the boots. The boots were,
I think
like,
as a
insanely
costume,
expensive.
it's fucking amazing. Don't get me wrong.
It was an amazing costume, and I wish I still had access to those pictures. It was fucking sick. But I was like, I was working in my office the day of Halloween. I never dressed up for Halloween in this facility because I worked for all guys, and you know I dressed like a slut for Halloween. I can't show up in my kitty cat costume and then like we already had issues with me getting sexually harassed here, so I wasn't gonna like push it.
Yeah.
Miss it so much though, but like I really miss the environment. No, I don't. I miss the business, but like.
I miss getting sexually harassed.
No, I miss what I used to do. I don't miss like the situation at all. But like getting blamed for it. Mostly.
right?
Yeah. So I was like, I'm not
getting the
going to
problem
put
and then be like,
myself-
it's your fault. No.
Yeah, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where somebody.
Katie left years ago. Why are you
says-
still blaming her?
Yeah, where somebody takes a picture of their dick and sends it to me, and it's like, well, why would you let him do that? Like, oh,
Yeah, I totally
It was
let him do
your
that.
that's my bad.
That's your dick.
Oh my god. So like, it was just, but it was like, and I just remember they were like, oh, he's like walking around. I was like, is he dressed as Gene Simmons? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going downstairs. Because he's just going to ask me to take pictures of him, and you know he's going to be like, bring the lights, bring everything.
Well,
it's his
and he's
show at
kind
this
of
point. And
like
he's
an extra personality kind of person
Yeah,
anyways.
he-
That was
yeah.
before like the ring of like what is that deal even called? Like
The ring?
the ring around your phone, like you place it.
Oh, the selfie ring, like the selfie light.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah.
was before that was a thing, right?
Yeah. You know he has one.
Oh, definitely.
He's out there dressed up as like Gene Simmons, like with one of his.
No,
hot
he's
rods.
just
It's like-
such an extra like personality. He's got like the whole like spiel of being like,
Yeah.
I'm here and fuck all you. Like that's kind of
So
his thing.
as my boss, as somebody being like that extra as like my boss, I was like, no thanks. As my friend, I'm like, get it.
Yeah.
You got this.
Just be
Do it.
extra.
Please give somebody else a hard time about this shit because I lived it, I like, know it, and I love it. So you got to do it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be.
No, and I firmly agree with that. Like it's hard to like have a boss that's like, where you're like, you need to shut the fuck up right now. Who's getting a phone call right now?
Here.
I just hear it over here.
You. What's your phone?
I don't fucking know what's going on.
Oh my God, is it Eve? Is it really? It is. Should you answer it? Okay. I trust you.
I know enough to know that you shouldn't answer that regardless, but that's not the point.
She does. She lives like in this neighborhood.
Okay, so if you go up to the school right here,
Yeah.
Oh, she's just gonna keep calling.
what is that? It's like I don't know.
Stage 5 cleaner.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to put fucking like
A damper on the situation.
no.
I think we're
Like a
busy.
label?
We're working right
A
now.
label?
Oh yeah. I mean.
A what?
label?
A label.
A label?
Yeah.
Okay, but what would the label be if you were gonna put it on?
Shady 5 cleaner.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. I thought he was gonna be like, I think she's like my girlfriend. I would have been like, oh, we should probably take this outside.
Yeah,
Let's pause this one really quick.
There might be a
We're
problem
gonna have to
here.
like have a fight. Oh no. That's how upset I got about that. The chapstick is sacred. I can be throwing this shit around. Do you need some?
Don't share that with anybody but me.
Do you have COVID?
And Dick.
Do you want some?
Do you have COVID? Yeah, I do.
I'm like, here, it's mine. Oh Lord, I think she left a voicemail.
Yeah, it's not like that one. What were we talking about? Your boss. So like, yeah, it's one thing to have like a boss that's like, that's pretty fun to have in the office, that kind of shit. But when they're just too extra, you're just like,
All right.
you need to shut the fuck up and let it be.
Yeah,
And then,
totally.
but like when they're your friend and like you see them every once in a while,
Because they don't know what's going on in the office. Let's get real.
they really
Well,
don't.
he
No
did,
fucking
right?
clue.
Like
Yeah,
he was
no
like,
clue.
I run this division, and I know I'm fucking making money, and like you run, like I run the division that like you're the head for. So like, I know we're not making money there yet. It's brand new, but like I know we're gonna be great, and it's gonna be amazing. So like, look at all this money I spent on this fucking like
Car?
movie
A Tesla?
worthy
Bro, you drive a
fucking
Tesla.
shit. Like,
There's nothing wrong with a Tesla. You
no,
drive a
he
truck
was-
that's worth.
He drove a
Hey,
GMC.
Yeah.
Time out though. Like I was super like unbiased against Teslas until I knew what they were about. Like I'm like kind of about Teslas now.
I'm
honestly.
fully about
Did Robbie
Teslas.
talk you into this?
No, fuck.
Are you sure? Because you
Bubba?
know how bad he wants one. Yeah, Bubs obviously wants a Tesla like
Oh,
crazy.
fuck no.
He's like, I wish I could spend. He's like, when I come back, and then he didn't realize how much daycare was for the baby.
Well, here's the
No
deal,
names.
like my pickup is like I could have bought like
God, Scott turned on the fucking
Yeah.
It's the fucking dishwasher. It's
It literally sounds like somebody's upstairs screaming.
yeah, like a baby screaming. Yeah,
I
totally.
literally probably could have bought like 2 Teslas for the cost of my pickup, honestly.
A Model 3. Yeah.
And I'm like, looking back now, I'm like, Tesla or sweet lifted pickup.
I'd rather have a Tesla all day.
Now, yes.
Yeah. No, like 100%. Like
Oh God.
that's my jam.
I didn't know what they were about, dude. Like
I
they
want-
drive themselves. Like I will drive.
Nice jump.
I will drive
Thank you.
myself too.
I kind of dinosaur myself. I was like, oh.
No, like what's kind of sad, like with the thing, like too, is like like I've been into cars my entire life. I have a 73 Ford Mustang, like I have like that I bought 20 years ago, like all sorts of shit. Like I'm like fully was enveloped in that. But like I also race toy cars, and we've only raced electric ones for 25 years, or more than that, like almost 30 years at this fucking point. I've only raced electric toy cars.
She's so old, right?
No, I don't feel old at all.
You shouldn't.
I literally ruin everybody drinking and partying, and I go ride bikes the next day and do the thing.
I'm only 13.
I'm a machine. So
I'm only 13.
yeah, because man, she will not let up right now. Tell her she's going to be live on the internet right now. You can answer it and be like, "Hey, if you're going to talk to me, it's going to be on speakerphone, live on the internet right now."
Hello, Eve. We're doing a podcast right now. I'm sorry. Can I call you later or?
No, Garrett, you literally, why won't you Snapchat me back?
She like doesn't care that we're live right now.
Dick.
So
Dick.
Yeah.
This is what it's about. It's about Snapchat.
Garrett, you told me you were going to hang out with her and Dick, and you were at her house for like 3 hours, just you two.
No,
yeah,
dicks.
but now we're here.
We're trying to fuck him too. So.
Garrett, do not sit here and have me on speaker and make fun of me.
Oh, but you are.
You're on the internet right now.
Garrett, you are such a dick to me.
So is he.
Yeah, that's me. That's my name.
Up there, Garrett.
I'm just saying. We told you right up front. That's what we're doing.
I'm doing a podcast. I told you.
I'm not talking to this dude. I'm talking to you.
His name's Dick. He has a fucking name. He's not just another dude.
Okay, well.
Yeah, we need to make it a bowl.
Girl, Garrett,
Gotta flip it
don't
off.
treat me like this.
Can I call you later?
If you take me off of there and talk to me for a second instead of being a douche.
Alright, I'll do that. Call you later. Bye.
That's pretty much what.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! Why did you answer?
Because she wouldn't stop calling.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, you can answer it, but tell her on speakerphone that you're gonna be on the internet right now.
So I'm sure we all understand that me and Garrett are friends from home for like a long, long time, right? Like we grew up with each other. We just know
That's
each other.
fantastic.
She's kind of older than me.
But
For her age.
me,
I mean, she's like.
I'm more
several
mature
years
for
younger.
sure.
Then-
I'm 1 year younger than him.
No,
Oh wait, who are we
Eve.
talking about? Eve?
Eve is super, like, comparatively.
Oh yeah.
But you don't want to be with Eve,
Oh,
or maybe
dude,
you
anyway.
do. Yeah, you. do.
Obviously, he has some kind of connections. He will not let it go.
I think he's just bored.
I mean, there could be. Could be that. Could be that.
I can't believe you answered the phone.
I kind of
He antagonized it. He's like, fuck it.
I can't believe you did that when I wasn't in the room, so I got really
Well, you
nervous.
heard most of it. That was most of it.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
It's kind of
Why
funny.
is she so mad at you? Because you're here and you're not talking to her?
Yeah, I told her I was coming up to see you
Yeah.
and your friends.
She's like, who is this other girl? She forgets.
Well, which is funny because, like, I don't know, like you've been around the whole time. so-
Yeah, totally. She forgets that I broke up with her the first time.
Who, like, really? Like, who the fuck is she?
That's your
This
decision
is
at this
over.
point.
Yeah,
This is
Garrett,
your
who the fuck is
decision.
she?
Oh gosh. Oh dude, I've told her multiple times. I'm like,
Well, we can have that conversation with her later again via text message. Sorry, I think it was...
I want to say that I apologize for putting you in the position, but you already were there.
I don't think you should.
I'm not going to.
I don't think you should apologize for that.
Because it's like, if she's going to continuously just call your phone for the next 15 minutes, like, just fucking answer it.
We
Like,
literally blocked her on the phone one night, so she went to Snapchat and started calling Garrett through Snapchat.
I remember.
And it was nuts.
Yeah, I remember all that stuff. This is the shit that I could not handle as a person.
Yeah, I
at
couldn't
all.
either. Like, we were we were hanging out like all weekend,
Yeah.
and it was just like nonstop And I was like, oh my God. Uh-oh. Oh, what'd she say?
Wow, you're such an awesome.
Yeah, so like she has like no friends that are sitting there like, he's an asshole, like he's being so mean to you, he doesn't like give you what you deserve, like any of that stuff.
Which is usually unfounded, but in this case, like I think it's unfounded as it is.
Well, I think it's like, I'm like, she probably does, but like she's like, no, like he likes me and I like him, but obviously, like, the situation is like what it is, causing more like stress on her than like it should, because she's not on board with like what Gear wants, and she keeps pushing it. That's
Well,
how I understand
I just love the
it.
whole, like, she answers the phone like, well, you told me you were going to be on this podcast with her and a friend, but then you came up like hours ago and was hung with her. Well, no shit. You're my friend. We do friendly things. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's called
Like-
being a friend.
Just go fuck yourself, Cuffy. Like, kind of
I
scenario.
don't-
Like,
I wish somebody would like chime in and like try to like knock it into my head, like where you get to be so reliant. Maybe not reliant as like, but like so.
Have somebody tell you what to do.
Yeah, like where do you get to have like that?
Don't do it. It's not
like
worth
you
it.
have ownership like over that person, and you get to like tell them that like, no, it's not okay to like go and hang out with your friends, or it's not okay to like do this with your friends, or it's not like, I understand that you're like doing this with your friends, but like the rest of it you can't do with your friends.
I have a funny story.
Like, I'm sorry, we're like adults. What's your story? We have to
So-
hear it now because this shit is crazy to me.
My dad is like kind of like similar to me, right? He's like hanging out with this chick, and he's talking to chicks from like across seas and stuff. And
Why?
He's like, oh, we're gonna make it big. You're not gonna have to do this for the rest of your life,
Oh
right?
my god, why is your dad lying to so many people?
Right? He's like, I know this nurse. Blah blah blah, this and that. And so this other chick comes into his life, which he's known before. Okay? He's like good friends with her, and like whatever, like they're banging all the badness. And she's like,
All the good stuff? On
she's
like a bad situation?
She's like,
Yeah.
I just have one circumstance. Can you not like read your text messages while you're with me?
Oh, actually, I think that's pretty nice. That's
You know,
actually a pretty
yeah.
easy
yeah, I guess if you're
level-
going that way and
I
you're doing the
think
thing.
that's a pretty level playing field. Like, I won't look at my phone, you don't look at your phone. We look at your phone because I'm like, where can we start the drama
Look
here
at this.
and like make it
This
stop?
is what my dad said to her. He said, well, I mean, I could, but I don't think that's fair to the other woman because I started talking to her before me and you started talking to
At
her.
least he's honest about it.
No, I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, the honesty level,
He
like,
hits her with that shit. He's like, no, I will not stop. I'm gonna continue to talk to this chick. You know, because he's like pretty honest about it. He's like, you know, I'm like actively seeking another woman. So no, if you want this, then you can quit talking to me. She's like, okay,
That's
that's.
so honest.
She's like, okay, that's fine.
And then she was like, bye.
No,
She wasn't?
still continue to talk to them.
We call that, in the nicest way, a doormat.
not necessarily.
I mean, that's Nicole Garfield written
Okay,
all over the set.
so here-
I with the last names.
Well, yeah, you fucked up.
You mean Mitchell?
I did mean,
It's spelled Mitchell.
I did mean, yeah, my brother Mitchell.
All right, so here's the thing. I don't give a shit what people do as long as they know what it is on the other side.
And as long as the other person knows too.
I fully agree with that.
Well, and the idea of like, do
You
not
can-
come to me with your problems if you know what the hell
Yeah,
is going on.
that's
Don't come at
Because
me and
I'm not
bitch
certified
at me.
to deal with your bullshit.
Yeah, well, that, and like, don't come and bitch at me if you are actively dating somebody who is dating somebody else, and now you have all these problems and all this stress in your life, even though you know this is the situation. If you don't like it, take yourself out.
Yeah, and that's
You will always be the other person.
yeah, and that's if you're okay with
That's
being
what I've
that
been for
person
years.
and the other side is okay with you being around in this scenario, I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
Like, do your fucking thing. Hey, King O'Craig or O King Craig O.
That's
But that's
exactly
accurate,
it. You have control
Yeah.
of what you look at, what you see,
Yeah,
what
it's
you
on
want to
you.
see.
Don't put all of your eggs in one basket with somebody, especially who
I mean,
doesn't
you can.
want you.
You
Yeah.
can. You
Don't
can.
do
you,
that.
You can do that.
Yeah, you
as long
can.
as they're on
Just
in the same
don't.
boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, but they're not. They're not in the
But
same
if they
boat.
were.
So like,
Well,
with
yeah, that's like
her,
where like
she's like put all of her
You have
eggs
to
in
know.
this basket, and it's a pretty one,
It's a
but
fucking
it's
pretty sexy
unstable as
basket.
fuck.
It's a pretty damn good
It's
looking
not gonna
basket.
like fucking sail you down the river.
Fucking good
It's
looking
not.
basket.
Obvious-
Good. It's good looking, but you didn't buy it from Hobby Lobby. You got it
No.
from like the Dollar Tree,
It's-
and I hate to.
Nobody should buy anything from
It's
Hobby
Dollar
Lobby.
Tree, it's homemade.
Nobody should buy anything from Hobby
It's
Lobby.
homemade.
I fucking made it myself.
It's been handed down for years and years.
So,
No, I just
Nobody
feel like
told me how to make this beautiful bread basket
don't
of
put.
love.
Oh my god, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
God damn it.
Like don't put all your eggs and like I hate to use you, but don't put all your eggs in like one basket, right? Especially like with this girl. I'm like don't because the basket is like
Is
I would
bored.
like to get stolen.
Yeah.
Like,
The basket is bored. I'm available right now,
The basket
but maybe not tomorrow.
Like, don't put all your
And that's
eggs
kind
in
of the
one
thing. I'm like, you know, I know enough about your about that situation because you know, like when you were hanging around a lot more in like January and shit, and like you know, I got to meet you in fucking December, all this shit. I had to hear about all this because she tells me fucking everything. I don't know if you know
Fuck
this.
your Easter. We're going.
If you don't know this then or before this, know this now. I hear all the shit and I get it. So it's one of those things like I hear it and I'm like, guess what I wouldn't put up with? Crazy bitches like that, where I'm like, nah. And if you
Well,
want to,
you know,
if you want to,
If that's
that's
the
for
thing.
you. That's for you. Do your thing.
I as like acting as Gare said something,
Get him.
and Gary, if you will, like Gare said something to her too, and like she was still like, I refuse to take no as an answer, and then she gets mad when she doesn't get what she wants. So I'm like, you know what you signed up for because you've been pretty honest about it to this point, and like. I'm like, at this point, like, I wish that you could be okay with, like, a situation that I'm like, hi, I'm Caitlin, and, like, this is, like, how it goes. But you're not okay. And, like, yeah, and I wish, like, some people, you know when you just, like, and I always say this about one of my sisters, but, like, you know when you just, like, meet somebody and they need to get the sense, either literally or figuratively, like, slapped into them.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, how bad do you have to get hit so you like understand? Like you got to put the brain back in the right place. And I'm not saying that we should hit people. I'm just saying that like
I've done it a few times to somebody where I'm just like,
totally. Remember when you hit G across the face that one time and like literally
G,
hit
Charles,
brain
my brother, like
back.
I've done it a few times.
It was wild.
Had to slap people out of their fucking shenanigans, and that's.
When you hit G though, didn't you like hit him and like his brain bounced?
Oh no! I held my hand on his left side of his face and smashed with the right hand.
Yeah, he got boxed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got boxed. I was unpleased with
It
what he
sucked,
was doing.
But it worked.
Yeah, I didn't have to deal with that trash ever
Nobody
again.
hit
Nobody should be hitting people. I'm not being an advocate.
Nobody
I'm not
should
being an
hit
advocate.
people, but like sometimes you're like, I can't
You just need it.
keep telling you this shit
You
Yeah.
just need it.
over and over and over again. I'm fucking
It's called
tired.
slap silly. I'm pretty sure, right?
Slap straight.
Slap straight.
Slap silly is like when you're being the folk, like you're doing fine, and it's like, I need you to be a silly goose, and like that's when that happens.
We'd utilize the scared straight method if it worked on white people.
It does actually.
It does not.
Oh, no.
If you put my sister in like a situation where she has to be scared straight, she'd be like, "This would never happen to me." I don't care.
What's next? Seriously. Like, what's next?
She's like, "Ooh, a convict in a
Well,
jail."
I mean, the reality is,
Why
I've
do
never
you-
had to yell. I've never yelled at any of
Using
you.
a condom.
I guess I've yelled at Nicole, but I haven't yelled at
You've yelled at
Jamie.
Nicole.
I've yelled at Nicole.
I would never let you yell at Jamie because I'm not entirely sure.
Neither is she.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure she.
Nobody knows where that one's going.
You never know what's gonna happen. so-
Might get some forks in my legs.
yes.
We don't really know.
Well, and like I'll yell at Jamie, right? Like shit will get escalated, but even then there has to be like a referee. Like my mom will jump in and be like, "Somebody just get the hell out of this house," and I'm like, "I'm already leaving," and like still she's like, "Jamie, get the fuck out of my house." So I'm like, bye.
Well, I mean that's one of those things too. Is like, I'm not afraid to yell at people. I don't consider a person my friend until I yell at them.
If you can't,
You're
yell
not
at
quite there yet. I don't know. I haven't known you long enough yet for me to yell at you.
Don't
I don't think there's
Yeah.
no reason to yell at
Yeah.
you yet. Although if this Eve shit continues, I might be yelling at you tonight.
Answer your fucking phone, Gary.
Well, it's so
Well,
That's why I know you're afraid.
and the reality is it might be like, hand it over, and I'll take care of the
I'll
problem.
take care of it. It's fine.
Oh.
I took care of it. I took care of it. No, I took care of it. And then he was like, I answered her phone call on Snapchat. And I was like, why? I didn't know that we had all these different vehicles
Oh God.
of contact. I was like, stop answering the phone. This was a long fucking, it was a really fun weekend, but it was a long weekend. I was like, man, this girl will
It
not
was only long because
stop.
you were there.
Brutal.
Like, what?
See that whole slap straight thing.
I
It
was
might
in the shelter.
it might be coming back around if you keep poking the bear a little
So
bit.
fucking long.
I think, what do you want to do with this situation?
He's bored.
I'd love to have a conversation with this girl.
I wish you would.
Okay, well, we will do
I don't think she, I don't think
Maybe not right now.
I don't think she's going to allow this to be a
she
thing.
totally- because she was like, who is she? Where is this girl? I'm like, well, hi.
We're
Yeah, I'm right
down the
here.
street.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Garfield.
She lives like literally.
We are not inviting
Would
this
you
bitch to
like
my house.
Will you please wear a face mask and rubber gloves? And I will not show up in any of this, but I would be totally
She's
fine
gonna
with
be-
me.
We're not inviting.
No clothes involved. It's gonna be Howard Stern.
Jello wrestling.
A fucking Howard Stern scenario.
Bring your best.
Would you
I can do
spell
better.
this for me? Like,
But I mean, like,
She's
I don't
either
feel
gonna
like
throw
I
up
don't.
on you or she's gonna shoot that girl.
I don't. What? This is so weird.
wow.
I don't feel like, yeah, I'm like,
Wow.
It's Howard Stern. If it was
Okay.
Howard Stern, that's
Okay.
totally true.
Okay.
If it's Howard Stern, it's totally true.
But-
I just don't feel like it would be a bad situation. I think she might get escalated, but I'm not going to get escalated.
That's a lie.
Honestly, because she likes me more than you like.
No. Okay.
And Dick.
That's
Well, that's-
She
that-
doesn't know me.
That's not true. I mean, this girl's like dangerously in love with you.
Yeah.
Five stages
So
later.
is everybody else.
Nobody else is.
Well, there's a couple guys.
Yeah.
Couple
It's like that whole like, I'd be gay if I like dick, but I fall in love with men, but I like pussy, so I can't do that. Like,
I don't ever get.
have you ever heard that scenario?
I
I have not, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of those. There's quite a few people like that I've like talked to. They're like, hey, like, man, if I would like to be gay, I could totally be gay because I love being around men doing things or whatever. Girls, same thing. Whereas I'm like, I kind of like the whole perspective. For one, on my level, I'm like, again, I don't like other.
guess you just like being around people,
That's
right? But
Yeah.
that doesn't
for
make
me.
you gay or
Yeah,
straight.
yeah. I get
I
it.
like being around guys because it's easier for me to be around.
Is it?
Most of this, well, but we're really close.
Yeah, you and me. Like, I'm not saying like that, but like in a general scenario, like we've discussed this before.
Like
Like,
if you showed up with in a room with like just dudes that you didn't know, how comfortable would you be?
I think there's only one way this can happen. Or there's like a few ways. I think I'd just have to read the room. I'm a pretty good like character. No, I can't even fucking say that because I date the worst guys.
Yeah, you
No, I
do.
don't. I date really good guys.
No,
But like,
you don't.
I date good guys.
On to a different.
And just sometimes things happen. But like, I like to think that as friends, I have a pretty decent judge of character because I actually don't have like a really shitty friend at all.
yeah,
Gear's raising his hand over there.
I'm your shitty friend.
But like, as
And
friends
also,
go,
I'm a dude.
but I have a really hard time keeping around women friends because of the women friends that I've had.
They're all sluts,
Right?
right?
So no, they're not sluts, but they're
Just tell
just
them to hit me up all 7.
no. Shut up. It's just hard to be around people who constantly flip flop or like I have like a standard of like what is okay in my life, and when people are like, it's okay to like forgive this because it's like that, and I'm like, it's non-forgivable when somebody fucks you over and is mean about you and like does
Yeah.
stuff like this.
So-
because if one of you guys did
Which
this,
dudes
I'd be
have
like,
that
hey, we
same
don't have
concept,
to be friends,
right? It's-
Yeah.
Dudes have the same concept. Am I?
Well, so I think the problem that I have is dudes are a little bit more forgiving of the scenario.
Because it's less.
I think it's the same because for me, like I have tons of female friends, I have tons of male friends. Like I'm like strictly in the middle, and I see it all the time, and I always judge how my friends, my people treat me. And if I don't like the way you're treating me, regardless of how they're treating other people, I don't care. It's how they treat me. Right. And that's kind of how I've always rolled, like what I like in a person or whatever.
Adapt to the surroundings, per se.
Adapt, overcome, drink your own.
Yeah, and not in this situation. I'm very adaptable to like many different types of people, but I just want to be. I want to be treated a certain way, right? That's what I want.
That's the
And
golden rule.
if I don't get that, then
Fuck you.
And
Yeah.
so I think the problem is a lot of guys can be like, if I yell at you for whatever reason, guys can be like, it's fine, it's okay,
Or
and
send
let it
you a picture
roll.
of
But a lot of girls,
dick.
Yeah.
As a dick pic. It's not.
Well, and
yeah.
so like when
But a
you
lot of
yell
girls
at
don't
me,
do the same thing, so then they reciprocate that one time for the next 6 months.
10 years.
And I think that's part of the problem. It's not that like we all don't have.
Your friend. Okay.
Well, that was your problem.
I know.
So, but that's one of those things. I think guys are easier to like be like the next time you see them, they're not gonna be like, well, you were mad at me the last time.
So what you're saying is don't date military men.
Oh my god.
I've been saying that for a while, but
Oh my
mainly because Charles. But
Yeah, Charlie's not
Chuck.
like that. Example.
I think
he's playing games.
Well, but like
I didn't see that he was take a shot.
I
that
think-
was 10 minutes ago. Oh, well, too late.
well, we'll do
Well,
one.
we'll
We'll
take a
do
shot.
one when he chimes
Yeah,
back
we'll
in
do one.
anyway. But like I think about it like this, right? Because like
Yeah,
in-
Charles is playing games right now. Otherwise, I'd be like,
in like this
hop in.
particular situation with like the girls that like we're friends with or like we're friends with in my case, like you watch people just constantly get like rolled under the boat, like right, they're just getting rolled constantly by like one person. And I was like, that's okay because she doesn't treat me like this, and I hate that she treats other people like this, but she doesn't treat me like this. So when we had a falling out, I was like, yeah, that's okay, she can like go.
Yeah, well, and the thing is too is like, and I'll not say like that doesn't mean something to me too. Like if I see it happening to other people, this kind of things.
Yeah.
When it does happen to me, I'm like, well, this is normal. Fuck you. Like I get that whole thing. But until that point of that happening to me, I'm very much like, even to my other friends, where I'm like, and it's happened with people that we know.
Yeah,
Like
I was like, I will never, I won't not be your friend because of like this situation. Like that's a you and her thing, not a me and you thing by any means. Like I might be this person's good friend, but I am like your friend
yeah,
too.
and we've
I
gone.
understand if you don't want to like talk to me about shit because I'm like friends with her. I get that. But then it's like I got rolled by her, and then I got rolled by everybody else. And I was like,
And
well,
that's-
so this
and that's a
person
problem.
Sucks. Yeah, I was like, I don't like any. Like I got rolled by all these other women, so I was like, that we're screwed over by her. So I was like, I'm good.
Well, and that's kind of the same. Like both of us, we've like shrunk the friend group significantly for the people that we hang out with and we talk to and those kind of things.
Yeah.
And you know, like for me, that was and for you too. We hold on to people's fucking like shit. Like we expect that these people are going to be around, these kind of shit. But at some point, like we have to like realize, is it good for us? Is it not good for us? Those kind of things.
Yeah, totally. Well,
So,
and-
like-
yeah, totally. Yeah, you're completely right.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's
and
where
we do-
I'm at
we
with
do,
that
like,
scenario.
love
Like
that.
I've sucked it down a lot. Like this, fucking quarantine shit that we've been fucking dealing with for like a little bit now.
we quarantine.
I get to see you, and I get to see like
quarantine in this house.
my roommates, and I've seen like a couple other people. I've seen Aves,
Yeah,
and that's about it. That's all I've seen.
yeah.
So like, and those are the people that I don't hang with normally, anyways. There's a couple other people like Wingate and fucking Paul and whoever else. Like, there's a few other people that I want to be around, but I don't get to be around them all the time. So I'm like, we're in our little group. We're not like worried about spreading shit because we're not seeing
None of us
nobody. We're
have
not
it. Yeah,
doing
we're not
anything.
doing anything.
It's just us. And it's just like, then we can just be fucking silly bitches and not worry about it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
we don't like go anywhere though. And I think like, obviously, like my mom was like, well, I need like hang around Dick, like obviously like do like all of your stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna totally like do that. And then I like go to Target and immediately I'm like, don't touch your face. Wash your hands when you get home.
Yeah.
Sanitize the fucking house. I bought game boards. I was like, sanitize the game boards. Like we're doing like that kind of shit. And then I like get to live my normal life as usual because I'm usually isolated. I live alone. So it's like unless I'm coming over here or I'm going to Target,
Yeah.
my life
Are you
hasn't really
gonna- she's gonna-
changed because I work from home anyway. So my life hasn't changed so much. What are you doing?
He's talking to Seth.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's
Are you causing problems?
He's coming.
Are we getting ready for?
we're doing a
sexy?
shot.
Seth is backing out of this game to join us.
Oh, he's talking to Charlie.
Well, because they're all playing together. So Kyle, he's actually not doing shit. Yeah, he just already backed out. But Charles and Kyle are playing. Aves and
There
Travis
he
are
is.
playing together.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There he is.
I'm not gonna be in the video. For a couple
Oh my God,
That's
you're
fine.
so handsome.
Oh, I was tired of arguing with Charlie anyways. He was
Totally.
like, oh, if you get positive KD, you're gonna win. I was like, no, you need kills to win a game. I was like, well, if I go on positive, it doesn't matter. It's like, no, you need to contribute to the team, Charles.
So
Yeah.
anyway, this is Mr. Steal Your Girl. Would you like him to talk to you?
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
What?
And himself?
Yeah, he'll talk to her and she'll be like, oh my god, I think I like this guy more, and then he won't do anything about it. So it's kind of...
Right down the road, dude. It's super convenient.
Super convenient.
Yeah, for
I don't
everybody.
I don't know if this
Not
is,
for Seth.
I don't think this is
Not
convenient.
for
I don't think
Seth.
Seth needs another controlling bitch in his life. So,
Oh.
Neither do I. That's
well,
what I'm
then
trying to
cut it, goddamn
We're
son.
not gonna give her his number.
find. I might.
Well, give me your number. I'll text her.
He should be like, Gary's hanging out with me. Like, what is, like, please stop calling him.
Well, she didn't like that I was like totally like, instigating the problem at all.
I'm not fucking talking to this guy. I'm talking
what's
to
the,
you.
What's the backstory on this whole scenario then?
He's
She's
bored.
Stage 5 clinger, and he's dating a girl that lives in this neighborhood, and she knows that he's here. What are you doing?
I'm gonna give money for the Jew.
Okay.
You're doing what?
$50? Like, what?
That's all I have.
You hiring an escort?
We
You.
could.
You. At this point.
Take your
Man,
money.
You better load up on some of that too, bud. You're gonna take the money. We'll just hide in the couch cushions like we did with Dix. It's fine. It's fine.
After stealing girls?
You're doing this a huge
What you're
favor.
not to get into. That's just,
What she okay. So he started dating her when I was dating Rob,
Okay.
and also Garrett is
dating's
really.
a really fucking strong termination.
He met her on Tinder one time, and then came to Fort Collins to see her.
And fell in love.
No, she did.
Oh, no, I know. No, that's what I was getting at. She
Right.
fell in love. Yeah.
So-
that's fine.
Collectively, we've broken up with her twice, and I don't know how it's still happening.
Because he won't turn it off.
Dude, I literally.
Because he's a pussy.
I literally
It's
like,
that
was hanging out.
dick.
I mean, obviously she's got to be like pretty good looking to deal with any of this trash.
No, and now you know.
She is pretty.
Yeah,
She is pretty.
but pretty
So,
only goes so
like,
far, in my
here's
opinion.
Awesome, but Garrett with this girl is not great, right? Because he doesn't want her,
Okay.
but he wants her when it's like convenient.
He only wants
I think that's a good way to put it, right?
I mean,
totally.
yeah, that's a fuck buddy.
Yeah. But she doesn't see it like
She
that.
doesn't understand that.
Yeah,
she
she was
does.
like, oh my god, does she?
I mean, like,
Because she's called you 5 times in like the last 30 minutes.
Listen here, whore.
No, and I'm sure she's like a really nice girl, but she's really mad.
Does she have purple
Constantly.
hair? I saw one over there.
No, she's
No?
blonde.
That's not true.
That's your
What?
hair?
Is that really?
Fair enough. Okay.
She's super pretty. I'm sure she's a really nice girl. Right now she's super bent up that like he
I'm
was
with
like, I'm
Seth.
coming to Fort Collins to like do this podcast with like my friend and like her friends. And she was like, who is this girl that you're hanging out with? And I'm like,
I told my therapist
literally
that I was
broken
going.
up with you constantly.
I told my therapist that I was coming up here. She's like, really? Like, how do you think that would make you feel if she came down to like Fort Morgan and was like, hey, I'm gonna be in town but not to see you? I'd be like, and she was like, how would that make you feel? I was like,
I think you'd be like, why are you in Fort Morgan?
no, this is what
Like,
I told
for
my
what?
therapist. I was like, call me after you're done.
That's all I want. I don't want anything different than that. Okay.
Well, so she's like super jealous. And I'm like, don't be jealous of me.
Yeah, she's a piece of shit.
Yeah, like when you were like, she's probably a nice girl. I was like, I don't think so.
I think she's nice. I think she's just angry. Because she's confused.
That's
She's
all.
she's
That's all
trying-
13-year-old girls too. though.
13?
She's not 13.
Wait,
She's not 13.
Are we
We're still broadcasting now, but she's not 13. She's what? She's like 24. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is.
For convenience
So I'm
sake,
like,
let's just say
okay,
she's
she
24.
is. She actually is like 23 or 24 or something. She's fine. She's pretty,
Baby.
but she's got.
Okay, 25-year-old. It's almost 26.
I'm almost 26.
Yeah, but you're the oldest 25-year-old I've ever met.
Damn
So.
fucking straight.
Sometimes.
Holy shit,
Till
you're
it's
getting
bedtime.
old, bud.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel it like I'm old.
Oh my god.
I
Make sure you stretch out those hips so your knees
No,
don't
swear
hurt
to
when you
God,
squat.
like I started getting weird shit in my hand, like from like right here, and like I wake up in the morning and I'm like,
I don't look at my hand. It was like,
you didn't get it.
no, I already understand it. I'm a baseball player. My hands
I
are all the
don't
time.
know if it's from like shifting gears from so many years or like if I'm just retarded. I'm just like
Maybe it's like a wrestling thing from grabbing guys. Remember when I was like, would you like to move the TV?
No, we're
can't be jerking off. I'm a
Visually
switcher.
see it.
I think it's from grabbing guys' balls while you were in wrestling for so many years.
Like I told him, I'm a switch hitter.
What is going on here?
I don't know what that
I'm just like not moving, but it's moving in the fucking thing. Oh, it's because it's fucking behind.
With both hands.
Yeah, it's behind.
Yeah, hang on. Let me move this so I can like actually see what's
I
going
don't
the
know what
fuck
that
on.
means.
I don't need this all on me.
Switch hitter?
It does?
No, switch hitter.
Like I can
What?
go left or right.
I don't. Oh, like you're ambidextrous.
Kind of.
Yeah, switch hitter.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, you did
Baseball
a
reference.
much better
Come
job
on.
of explaining this to me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
gestures are everything.
You did
man.
a much better job. I was like,
There
I don't
we go.
understand like what the situation. No, you're not.
I
I
can definitely tell you're not a switch hitter.
No, I'm not. There's a couple
It's
of
cool
times.
because like
Have you
it
ever
feels like
slept on
somebody
your-
else is different. Like somebody else is
Sorry, this is a
He's
real.
like, have you ever slept on your right arm and it fell asleep and then you jacked off with it and it was like somebody else's there?
No, okay, so
Pretty
that's where
much
we were
every
going.
dude has kind of done
But
that.
have you ever slept on your arm
Honestly.
and it's like so dead, like you go to like itch your face, and it's like bam, right, hits you in the face?
Who the fuck was that?
You wake up real quick.
Jesus Christ.
Jeremy, I know you're in the room.
Show your face. That's my fraternal brother that died. It's fine.
My face hurts from laughing so hard.
Hey, cough twice. I know you're here.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it!
In like the
I
best
told
way.
you I was by myself tonight.
In the best way, I break into your phone and like make sure Seth could like talk to this girl and like send a picture, but I just don't want to put Seth in that like situation.
But do it.
No.
You know how many girls that like, oh, text me and all that? It's like, I'll text them like, hey, what's up? Or no, they text me, I was like, how's it going? And then they say something back, and I text them back once, and it's like, it's done. There's 4 messages.
Yeah, you just put it to bed.
I think you forget about the time that I yelled at you in a little shit face, and you're like, oh yeah, I treat people like shit. I don't text them back ever.
Yeah, no, I don't. But I'm not a texter anyway.
Or you can just be like, fuck you, you dumb cunt. I don't want to talk to you. See you later.
He's like, you have
Done.
to email me.
It's yeah, you can like fill out a form and like all this shit.
Please visit my website
Yeah.
and I will get to you in a timely
And
price.
it's
It might
We're gonna-
take 2 to 3
We're gonna set up the
weeks.
Princess Seth website
We have
of just
to.
like this.
We
This is how
have
you
to.
break up with. This is how like you want to talk to me.
We honestly should set up a whole situation that's just like that. We should just build it on WordPress and put a form in there and like direct it into one of our emails. We'll set up
All right,
a,
we can't have 2 conversations.
yeah, we'll set up like a princess Seth at like gmail.com. There's already one that exists probably somewhere.
Probably.
And then we'll just sit there and I'm like, what do you do in your spare time? And I'm like, I'm so overloaded with emails, like what spare time? And I'm like, just sitting here like,
No, you're checking.
I think you're so cute. Oh my god.
See, like this podcast segregation.
Be my
right?
dad.
Yeah, we can't do this. We can't do this.
We have to do this.
We can't.
Oh, this whole thing?
Yeah,
Or
we
like
can't.
that whole
We
thing?
can't do. We can do that. We can set it up.
We have to do that.
But we can't. We can't have segregation. We have to have it together. So if we're gonna talk, if you guys are gonna talk loud enough.
I understand. He just needs to speak up and talk to the camera, not to me.
The camera. He can talk to you.
That's very good. That is very good.
We're talking about like
communicating
online dating
skills,
nowadays,
though.
right?
Oh, it sucks.
To a point. But now.
Oh no, it totally
With their own
sucks.
Shit, like.
Oh, now it's perfect.
Women are coming out of the woodworks, dude.
Garrett told me that he found Nicole's like to dating one, but he doesn't know if it's Nicole or if it's like somebody else because it kind of looks like Nicole, but not really.
Yeah.
And I was like, you have to find it and like show it to me.
Well, and all of a sudden, I can't find it. I think it's her.
So I called her, but she didn't answer because she's probably hanging out with her piece of shit boyfriend.
I think it's her.
Wow.
You think it's her?
It's probably her.
No.
No, he's pointing at you.
Oh, you think it's me?
No, he's pointing at you.
You
I don't
think
know
it's
what
me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You think I would make Nicole? Like, I can't fucking handle my own life right now. You think I have time to handle Nicole's?
Oh, you got time.
I have time to do this.
This is not social distancing, by the way. No.
Oh, you guys' dicks. With a vacuum, of course.
With the vacuum, of course. It's just
It's cool. Just look at his jeans, guys. We know.
Who are you talking about?
Yours?
Yours.
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Mr. Holy Man.
I see you got a lot of work done. No, I was telling him about, I was like joking around with him. He's like, because I'm on my knees. And I was like, suck a dick. And he's like, licking clits. Oh my God.
That's a good comeback.
And I was like, if I wanted to come back, I'd just wipe it off your pants side. Boop. Oh, damn. That's a comeback we haven't heard in a while, right? Do we remember this one?
And now you're
I
pregnant.
said if I
bitch.
wanted comeback, I would
And
just
now,
wipe it
and now
off.
you're pregnant.
If I wanted my comeback,
So you want
I'm not like so much of like a
comeback.
cum person.
So you'd be receiving it again.
I said if I
coming
wanted
from you.
either.
Oh my God,
cum-
this is too
Yeah,
convoluted
you know
right
what?
now.
We just really
Too
made it.
convoluted. It's too much.
It's okay. It didn't work. We
She's
understand.
Pregnant. She's 3 months pregnant. It's fine, everybody.
No, I'm not. We understand that
That
Seth
she
just
knows
killed the fucking joke. You son of a bitch.
Fucking Seth.
I'm good at
Fucking
that.
Seth.
I'm very good at that.
Licking backwards or?
No,
Here's
destroying
your-
jokes. Destroying jokes.
Destroying jokes.
Did you say black back clits?
Yeah. It's like the penis, but
Oh,
it's like a shaft, is what they say.
What?
I think you have to explain that.
Yeah,
Yeah, what?
The
This,
back,
no, it's
back
not.
clit?
No, oh, goddamn.
So with the lid, we're all right.
Yeah.
If unless you're goddamn and you haven't explained this
Actually,
shit,
it's not the soap. Hello.
just gotta bend your knees. It's okay.
I mean,
If you're gonna drop the soap, bend your knees. Then you don't have to worry about it.
I mean, damn straight.
You can work it. Put your ass into it.
Seth.
Yeah.
You didn't make Seth one, did you?
Well, he's gonna have this one right here.
Well, cheers. It's okay.
On top or off? Yeah, that one.
That seems like a whole drink in itself.
That's my. I usually can't shoot these. I usually just like
You
order
can
them.
sip
sit
it.
down.
I'm okay with sipping it. It's not a deal. I'm gonna just do a shot of this.
Some rumplemans.
Bartender,
Compliments.
bartender extraordinaire over here.
Shot.
Are you?
It just cheers the microphone and not me. Is that one better?
Yes.
Okay. I put too much
Way better.
peppermint schnapps in the last one. It wasn't
Big
great.
peach schnapps.
Almost vomit
Peach
city.
schnapps, yeah. Too much peach schnapps. It was not okay.
I can go to bed right now. This is that thing.
You can always go to bed.
Yeah, it is past your bed. What time is it? 9?
It's not past his bedtime just yet, but we're getting close.
Not on my weekend though. I usually go to bed at like 1 or 2.
It's the freaking weekend.
When?
Yeah, I usually beat
When?
he beats me to bed. I play video games. He gets rages and he's like, I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, but then I take a nap and then I go back to work in the middle of the night.
Can I tell you a wild story for the sake of our audience?
Sure.
Okay, remember that night we all went over to his house and we like hung out?
Sure,
That girl
sure,
that we all know?
sure.
Okay. So when I went over there, you know who I'm talking about,
No,
right?
I don't.
Clues? I just said sure.
She used to live here.
Oh.
Okay. So we're all
Okay,
All right,
that
we're
makes more
all
sense. All right.
Okay, so I was there obviously before you guys got there.
Yeah.
And she was like, well,
here?
wouldn't like Dick and Seth like want to come and hang out with us? We should like all hang out. She doesn't listen to this, so she.
No.
Okay, perfect. So I was like, for sure. But I totally knew, kinda. I had like a hunch. Like a hunch about something. Because she was like Dick texts us back, and she was like, well, where's Seth?
Oh,
And he
God.
was like,
Okay.
Seth's doing like Seth things.
Except for he's with me.
Yeah, she was like,
whatever.
well, is he not like with you? And it was like, well, yeah, like, but like,
Not
we can't
with me.
control like
In
the
spirit.
phone like situation at all, right?
Yeah.
We
And,
were obliterated.
Like the whole night, like it was just like
Sometimes I get a
insane.
clue. Right now.
And I was
Oh,
like,
shut the fuck up, Charles. We need to not say any of this now.
It's all
I
good.
feel really bad.
Thanks, little buddy, for being dehydrated.
Yeah, you're the best. the best.
Fuck you, Charles.
Best. I was gonna go somewhere else with this, but I forgot in the mix of like everything because I've been drinking. So
Dehydrated dick. We'll get you.
No, I forgot
Nothing.
before even that like was said. I was like, fuck, where was I going with this? Oh no, she was telling me a story about how you had brought a girl home.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, and she's like, when you're like curious, and so you're just like, I hear something, so I'm just gonna like stop and listen. And I was like,
She's like, no, don't rape me.
no. I was
No,
like,
it was
no.
the other way around,
Yeah,
if
I was
anything.
like, no,
On this specific person, it was the other way around.
I was
She
like,
wants
in my house, like
she wants
never
all
been that,
of she wants all of Seth.
All
All,
kindness.
she wants
like,
all of
and
it.
she was like, so I like I like woke up and I went to the bathroom and I could like hear it. So I was just standing there and I was like, man, Seth's really like doing this. And like I knew after like everything like escalated down like until like the point that and I was like, son of a bitch.
That wasn't Seth.
And like when we like walked out, I was like, okay, are you sure? And you're like, like, all right. And I was like, okay, because like 10 minutes ago you were like, take me home. I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna leave like pretty soon. And then I was like, okay, we're leaving. And you're like, okay, bye. And
I was like, take me home,
oh,
take me home.
no.
Seth, this is what you need to say. Seth, you're drunk, you need to go home, you need to go to bed. That's what you need to say. I'm like, yes, ma'am.
No,
Yeah,
I totally was
I
like,
think
we're
that
going
was-
now, and you're like, nah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there was not any of that. It was no. Who hasn't been there? Charlie,
With
you've
Seth
been there.
specifically?
You've been there too much, Charles.
That was actually a very
We should tell a story about Charles bringing
That was
3
supposed to
different
be,
Tinder
like,
dates to the
quick
same.
leave. Yeah.
Charles, I need to have Charles on the podcast so we can talk about
That
all these
ended up being,
disgusting
like,
shit.
2 hours. and
Which
it's
night? That night?
No.
Like that night.
Yeah.
Okay, that night, not like this night.
No, not
That
the night that you're talking about. So that ended up being like 2 hours.
Well, and like she told me that she was like, and I could like literally hear him being like, so. She's like, and then I heard him like walk her out, and I was like, that's amazing. That's
I was
really
like-
nice.
She was like, I need to go home. I was like, okay, goodbye. And I walked down here. I like grabbed a bottle of water and I came down here, sat right there. I was like, that took longer than it was supposed to.
Like, why did they just hang around?
That's because you didn't really want to deal with that at
Like,
all.
Why did they just hang around? Like,
Well, no. So here's the thing with Seth on this specific case with that girl that was here that night. He didn't
Yeah.
really want to, but I was like, just go for it. Just do your thing.
I think this motherfucker took my. No,
I didn't-
Okay, some random person took my phone up to the bar.
Oh no.
So I couldn't fucking find it. So she was the one I was with. I was like, give me your phone. I'm gonna call my phone. Nobody answered it. And then the bartender.
Classic.
And I had left. I had left at this
Classic
point.
move.
Yeah, and then, like, I found it at the bar, and we split ways. And then, like, maybe 30 minutes later, I don't know if you wanted me to have your phone number or anything. I was like,
No. I
Well,
don't.
and so like we were both pretty shit faced. It's a Sunday. We got margaritas at like 11 a.m. Like we
Yeah,
were, like,
those boys' nights, the buy one get one over at like Lowe's Tees. Yeah, that shit'll fuck you up for sure. Like, dude, they make them so strong.
Surprisingly isn't.
What?
it was terrible, and it still is terrible as far as that girl goes.
Who?
This Jordan girl that we're talking about.
Oh,
So like,
she doesn't talk to me anymore.
good.
It was awesome.
That's fine.
You neglect them enough, and it's okay.
Oh, totally. Yeah, they get
I'll
mad.
take your girl. I'll neglect
Please,
her.
yeah. I'm like, please. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you like, he's
Just
like,
come out
hi.
one night, bring her with us, and then she'll fall in love. Like you say, I gotta split, so you get like, and then she'll.
no, the thing is, girls fall in love with Seth like
Yeah, they
that.
love him.
Yeah.
So
she'll
I'm
fall-
like,
she'll fall in
send a
love with you,
picture,
and
like do a
fuck
quick
out.
FaceTime. Hi, I'm like talking to you really quick, and then be like,
Oh my
like,
God,
and
Charles.
then just fucking bail on him.
I need to have you on here
We
just so you can
solve
tell
this
all
problem
these stories.
Really fucking fast.
Okay.
We can solve this problem so fucking fast. But yeah, no, I was like, okay, so I remember probably the one, like, I can't say that it was like the last one night stand I ever had, but I remember like the first one night stand I ever had. And like, I lived in the dorms, and he came into like my dorm. And I was like, okay, well, like, we're over it.
Right.
So, like, please leave. So, like, remember in the dorms you have a twin size bed, right?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room.
And this guy just fell asleep in my room. He also lived in the same dorm, just on like a different floor. So I was
just
like,
go back to your shit.
yeah, I was like, please leave.
Yeah.
And like, he just fell asleep, and I was like, shoot, what do? I think I like from top to bottom cleaned my entire dorm room that night because I was like, you can't fit 2 people in a twin size bed. I mean, you can, but you got to stack.
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's not the
I
most.
wasn't like trying to like this guy. Like I was just like, I gotta get this guy like out of here. So I cleaned the entire place. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning at like this
You should
point.
have named it Lincoln and told him you love him.
No, he would have loved that.
That's
This
always
guy-
got you to leave, Charles. I don't think so. You feed you, and you're.
because he sucks.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I'm kidding. Not everybody left him.
Obviously.
I'm talking
No,
about
Mike,
video
right?
games. You're talking
Oh,
about something else.
yeah. I thought you were talking about something else. I thought we were like dissing on his personality. But no, no, he's the best. But so I woke him up at 5 because I used to work for mom and dad on the weekends, right? So 5 was not that big of a deal to me because mom and dad are probably going to roll in at 6 in the morning. You know how they do.
Yeah.
They're like, hi, we're awake. It's 4 a.m. Would you like breakfast? And I'm like, do you want to go hug yourself? So what's the deal?
Yeah, that's
So
typically
I
how
woke him up at
our
5,
parents'
and I was
generation
like,
is.
Shit parents then.
Oh my god, no, they're the best, but it's insane. They just love. Well, and dad drives trucks, so
Yeah.
he's awake at 4 in the morning anyway.
Oh yeah.
But so I wake him up and I'm like, hey, I gotta go to work. You gotta
Get the fuck out of here.
And he was like, I don't have my keys. And I was like, go down to the front desk and get your spare. And he was like, no, because I was drinking last night and they're gonna know. I was like, literally, nobody fucking cares. You're on the floor with the RA that's like, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're fine. You're
As
fine.
long as you're not
Are you
being rowdy, they're
vomiting?
usually okay.
Well, it's if you're not actively vomiting for more than 5 minutes, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're okay.
I don't know, even with red eyes and shit like that. Joey, so Joey's my boss. Right now.
Yardley?
Yeah.
Names.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm so,
What?
yeah, I'm supplying
I
drugs.
literally just talked to him a couple months ago. You know why? It's gone so fast. But I haven't talked to him in 6 years.
Well, I know, but,
But,
I just
he
remember
told me,
the whole
he
story
was
too.
Like, oh, I did this, and I live with my girlfriend, and and I was like, shut the fuck up. I gotta update Steve Doran. I'm sorry, you guys.
All these names just being thrown around right now.
Yeah, this is wild.
Yeah, I forgot where I was now.
You work for Joey?
Or
You should
supplying
With-
the manual.
his full
Anyways.
names.
Yeah, I agree. Let's not roll the full names.
You might not like that when they run for office.
Well, not everybody's you, Charles.
I always call him that. It's hard to
Separate
I call
it?
myself
Well,
my
it's
whole
the
name.
same thing when I call Wingate,
Yeah.
which is his last name.
Yeah, he's the only Wingate.
Oh, here's Travis. Here's Travis.
Hey, boy. He fucking left us a long time ago.
Well, he's on with fucking Kyle right now. I really want to get Kyle on this bitch because it'll be super silly. I want to get Charles on here just so we can
What?
tear into all of his goddamn stories.
Okay, then you guys can be in it.
You don't want to. You don't want to be. You don't.
I'll just sit here, but you ain't shutting Charles up as long as.
Well, we know this,
Yeah.
but the idea is you can also roll into Charles because it's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Is he okay? I'm hyper, oh my god, is everybody okay?
Well, yeah, understandably so.
We didn't catch that.
We're not supposed to. We can't have separate conversations. Remember, we're all mic'd up
Okay,
right
well,
now.
you guys didn't have to hear that anyway, so it's fine.
It's fine, but we don't need to do it anyways.
Okay, yeah, we do. When I see somebody that's oh, I'm like, well,
Well,
give me
Just let it be. Just let it be.
let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be. There's a song.
Yeah, we can't have sub.
the people do like that
Oh, yeah, that song.
No, we
shit. I
just
can't
can't.
even believe it's you know what I love to see is all these celebrities in their mansions
And when the sun
singing
comes up tomorrow.
it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, get the fuck out. Yeah, of course you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, you're gonna be. Oh, you have an assistant to go grocery shopping for you.
Seth.
Tomorrow, you're tap dancing. Ha, ha.
It's too much. It's too much.
Damn fun straight. It's always too much.
Could you be tap dancing right now?
Me?
Could
Yeah. No, him. Or either or.
I don't know how to tap it.
But you gotta hold on. Well, I
It doesn't
I
work.
have,
It doesn't work with the
I have a
flippy
whole
floppies.
wall. But you gotta ba ba ba.
I mean,
I do it.
Who's talking to us right
Charles.
now? I can't hear any of it.
Charlie.
it's Charles.
It's because he's bored.
Hi.
Go away.
No, not at all. I think it's like a little, like it's like another piece of home that I get to have. It's just been a rough week.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I mean, I'm okay.
You.
It's not great, but we're hanging in there. I think we're like pushing for the best here, right?
Yeah, we're being solid. It's fine.
What my mama said.
But my mama says stop dating military boys.
Probably a good plan. This mama's talk was reminding me about when we were doing the last podcast, or not the first one we did. You and me, and Seth and Avery were down in Mexico, and I got the fucking, I got the request from his mom.
Butt fingers?
Said motherfuckers.
Oh.
Making fun of me.
Oh well, yeah.
Oh my
What else are we gonna do?
You didn't even give me a magnet to the magnet that was supposed to go on. I just have a porcelain starfish like laying on my dresser because I'm like, someday
It'll be a magnet.
Someday I'm gonna have to get like a new shower liner, and I'm just gonna rip one of the magnets out of there.
I'm sorry, I'm not a lazy person now.
I mean, kind of. You've
But
been.
all of the other magnets were shit. So you know what? I thought like, hey, you know what? We'll make something.
It really is the
cool.
thought that counts, and I love it.
And you chose an unbroken one because I looked at that ray and it was broken.
Is it broken?
Yeah, the tail broke.
Oh no.
Which is pretty funny
I just like the
because
starfish.
you kind of wanted both of them.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted them both. I was like, well, what if I just take both of them?
You want both of them? I mean, I doubt that I'll see her again.
Not in this economy. Yeah.
She's out your end.
I have 2 magnets in my shower curtain, so like it works.
Yeah, you just gotta tear them out. It'll be all right. But yeah, like when they were down there, I got the Facebook message, like the Facebook friend request from his mom,
Who's mom?
Seth's mom. I was like,
Oh, wait.
Yeah, mama.
yeah, she sent me a friend request, and I was like, I've never talked to your mom one time.
Nope.
Yeah, like I'm sure she's heard plenty about me.
Where's it broken? Oh, just the chip.
Yeah.
That's
Not a big
what
deal.
makes it special.
Yeah, not a big deal.
On Tinder.
I don't know.
Maybe Charles,
My
maybe.
parents liked Avery.
Well,
Every mom and dad likes Avery.
yeah, you can't really.
Everybody like parents love Avery, and they only like you can be like Avery kind of like fucked me over today, and they'll be like, my Avery, no.
Fuck you,
And you're like,
child.
what? Like, I'm your kid. And they're like,
That's not
not
the Avery.
my Avery. Yeah, that's not the Avery I know. Like,
I think
okay,
the
you
thing
met
is
him
with
one
when it
time.
comes to like, maybe not my parents per se, because my parents are very like, oh, that's my child, like right away. And then like, if you're a shitbag, like for like a tenth of a second, they're like, nah, he can't come around anymore.
Fuck you, Avery.
But yeah, but like most parents for like, that I know, like, they're pretty much like, you'll be okay. It'll be all right. It'll be all
I mean,
right.
like, think about one of, like, not like, we were both good friends with him. I'm still am. He'll be the best man at my wedding. But like, think about that person. Like, my dad is like, I understand if you
Yeah.
guys are going through a hard time.
I told her son Eric to do what I said. It ended in glory.
What?
Depends on who you ask. If you ask Eric that, he's not going to agree with that. This is the time we took Eric out for his birthday.
Oh, God.
His 26th birthday, and he had 20 plus shots, and he doesn't drink.
Oh, no. Yeah, this was
You
just
were
like
there
a
for that.
bad situation.
You instigated part of that.
Oh.
Tell the story.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't lucid for most of it.
And still when you were dating Alan.
It's a different. Okay, first of all, remember when, and not anybody else in this room.
Different Alan.
Oh, Charlie's a part of this conversation. He went to the strip club with us that night.
No, he didn't.
I mean, now you're.
I've never been to a strip club the one strip club experience I had with Charlie fell asleep in the strip club.
Tell some motherfucking stories and stop talking about. certain
Yeah,
times.
that's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
no,
Tell us the story.
So on my 30th birthday, it was,
Hung out with the owner.
you did hang out with the owner.
Do you see it?
He was falling asleep.
So, we bring too many people to the strip club. You know, the time we went with the NARG, we thought that was too many people. I brought more than that.
With the limo?
Yeah, I brought more than that. So like there was like Charles and Broseph,
Wild night.
Teddy, Hannah, Jack, Sierra, a pile of Saudis, Charles, like
All the best people.
yeah. So
Big friend was
This was a fucking party.
yeah, it was. I brought way too many people to the strip club, just far too many people to the strip club, and I wasn't feeling well either. Like I was not doing all that hot. But I was like, I already like Spencer was there. Spencer,
He had a slice of pizza.
Big Spencer was there.
Big Spence. Oh.
And,
Big Spencer and Arthur.
Yeah.
I thought they
Again,
were
names.
twins for years.
Names.
I mean, I didn't say their last name.
You just did.
Yeah, you
I said Spencer and Arthur. I thought they were twins forever.
That's his full name. His last name is Arthur.
Oh my God, what's his brother's name?
Perry.
Face palm.
Big time. Big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But I brought too many people, and the Saudis got too fucking high because they were all here getting high and doing the thing. That's when fucking Ricky threw the $100 at the stripper in front of me, just straight up $100. What? Yeah, for sure.
Come here. Go that way. Out. No, it's not.
Get out.
Will you walk out with
He's
me?
okay.
Okay.
Let him be.
Are you? Okay.
When he's passed out
No,
on the video
he's
stream,
like,
then we can
no.
like take care of it. But
Okay. It's gonna be.
it'll be
it's
all
gonna
right.
Fine.
Yeah. But Charles drank like an entire bottle of like wine before we left. So Charles is fucking destroyed, and
Oh no.
he's like fucking like he pissed Broseph off on the way to fucking the strip club. So this kid's like just super shit faced, trying to get like everybody to do all these things. At one point, I went downstairs. Oh no, it was upstairs. So they put him upstairs. He fell asleep, but he made the owner of the strip club like him so much that he's like, nah, he's fine. He can be asleep in this fucking strip club.
I got that stripper to rub her starfish on your nose.
Damn.
I think you're remembering the wrong person.
Is a starfish a butthole?
Yeah.
Okay.
But who he's thinking about is a Saudi, not me.
I mean, it was a long time ago.
It was only 4 years ago. I remember the whole
That's
thing.
a really fucking long time.
Because I was pretty sober because it didn't feel
That's a
well.
long time for me.
Yeah, he can.
Drunk.
You were drunk. That was like the whole point. But yeah, so Charlie's passed out upstairs at the strip club. Like, and all the bouncers are like, yeah, like the owner says he's fine. I guess we're going to get in trouble if we get in trouble kind of scenario. The police don't go to strip clubs ever anyways, so you're fine.
I don't want to go to strip clubs anymore.
You went to the strip club for your first time?
Too nice.
No, he
or
went.
what?
Yeah, actually.
Yes. Is the.
Well, they went without me.
Why? Why would you do that?
It was for Travis's bachelor party.
Why did they go without you?
Because I wasn't invited. Travis.
Damn.
It was literally two people. It was Travis, or it was three people: Travis, me, and Garrett, his brother, that he invited.
Yeah.
That's not Travis.
So like
You
the
should
whole
have invited.
the whole thing was like they were supposed to go with me for the first time, so they didn't do what he did, which is spend $1,000.
I had so much fun.
Hey, Gare.
You sitting up? Did you go past it?
I was just listening.
No, you're not. You're sleeping.
He's good.
All right.
I
What?
wanted to actually pass out.
I want to pick your nose.
Yeah, I mean Avery was pretty close that one day,
Yeah, he was close.
but this is the first time we've had something like just straight up fucking.
I can't get it stuck in there.
He's got his things. on.
Oh, he's got a. I don't have any markers.
I have
What?
50. I have so
Good.
many.
We can't be doing
We
this in our
can.
30s.
We totally.
Okay.
I'm not in my 30s, and neither is Seth.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right. Well.
I'm very childish.
we can do this shit. I would please like to be like that.
All right.
Like,
Well, I
literally.
made that rule 2 decades ago. So that, yeah, totally in.
It originated at Dick, and then it went across the entire country, you guys. Across all the frat houses in the entire world.
Do I still have that?
Someone's about to wake up with a
I should have grabbed my fucking
Dude, okay.
my markers at work.
A monocle on him. I think I still have my
We
bowler
could do
hat.
so many fun
No, I think I
things.
still have my bowler hat.
We'll go find it. Okay, well, there's a difference between I think I have it and like, okay, we'll execute. Like, let's go. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Charles is the only person I've ever seen sleep in a strip club and not get kicked out.
She's looked for the condom before, too.
We didn't have to know that.
Did you stay in touch with her?
Charles. I think this is Charles's nightmare while also being what he exactly wants.
Oh my god. You know, he loves this shit.
Yeah.
He loves this shit.
Beyond loves it.
I need to get him to get Gino to come up here so I can put both of them on the podcast so we can talk about the
Oh, well,
bullshit.
Gino, when we were at Beer Fest, he was like, I'm so sad that I didn't get to see like anybody else except for like you and Mike. I would really like to come back to Fort Collins and like stay for the weekend. And I was like, well, make that happen. Like, don't talk to me about it. Like, we literally
Yeah.
don't know each other. I was like, so like get in here and like let's do this. I think so many people would love for you to be
Oh my
here.
god, it'd be so fucking.
And he was like, oh, okay.
Now that I'm
And
not
I
in a
was like,
fucking
yeah.
wheelchair, yeah, totally.
Yeah, I
think
was
I've
like,
only
get on
met
up here and do
Gino
it.
once. Actually, I don't even think I've met Gino before.
I
I had met Gino one time, and then I got to re-meet him at Beer Fest, and I was like, "Hi, obviously I'm Caitlin. We've been talking over Facebook Messenger, like to see where you are." And like Mike was like, "Tell us the story about the picture," and I was like, "Oh," and then I got to see the picture.
Oh yeah,
on
I've
the
seen it.
way.
I've seen it.
Charlie.
David Charles, man.
Yeah.
I've got to see that.
Yeah, no.
I was laughing.
Yeah,
So
it's super
that's like
fun.
one thing that I had to black out from my own memory. But
The tiny Gino penis, yeah, totally.
no,
No,
you just like to respect people anyway. So
not with Gino and Charles. They don't respect each other. They don't respect anybody else.
well, I know that.
Welcome to the Marines.
Well, and Gino was Navy too,
Oh,
so yeah.
He was a sailor.
He was
Well,
a
that's
sailor.
because fucking Charles was in fucking Hawaii, and that's all that were on the Navy base.
And then they banged.
Do anything.
That's how they know each other.
Do anything.
It's so wild.
I mean, we're fine.
And then they bang. A bang, bang, bang.
Well, I mean, they basically did.
They did.
So
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They pretty much did.
Like we saw a picture before it all like really started popping off.
Variable 53 is now following.
Oh, thanks for the fucking follow, dude.
We appreciate you.
I need to get a button that every time we get a follow, that's what it's gonna be.
it's like another, it like ticks up.
But yeah, like I want to get Gino and Charles in here just because all their stories are fucking ridiculous. I'm only part of half of them at this fucking point.
Yeah, I don't even think if you got both of those guys in here, you wouldn't have
It'd be scary.
the podcast.
Oh, it'd be so
it
fucking-
would just be the Gino and Charlie show. at that
That's
point.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think
'Cause it'd
it's
be fucking
totally
hilarious.
Fucking worth it. Yeah, it'd be great.
The thing is, I have
The
so
only thing
many
that
of
would make it
Charles'
better
stories
is
that
if you
Gino
could
hasn't heard.
reenact it. Like if you could do like reenact, like how they do like murder like shows and they like reenact them. You could just like reenact it.
So like that would be pretty fun. And the thing is, like I have a lot of stories that Gino doesn't know about Charles too. So we can get him fucking like rolling on the ground and doing the thing.
That's so scary.
Think of how long we've known Charles now.
Like too long?
Yeah,
Charlie?
the thing is, like, I've known Charles almost as long as I've known you at this point, which is weird to say because Charles feels like still, even though he's one of my
lifetime?
best friends,
I'm like, a
as one of like
lifetime?
my newer friends. Like he feels that way to me,
Wow, that's crazy.
but he's been around for so. And the thing is, because we do like,
I feel like I've known Charlie like my whole life.
because
But maybe
you
because
basically
I've gone
have.
through pretty much like all throughout like my early my whole 20s.
But yeah, I've actually known Charles since I was 24 when I started working at the bar.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so old.
So I've known Charles as long as I've
Get
known
your
you.
friends younger, please. I'm just kidding. Seth, you probably met me when I was 21.
I love you
20.
guys too.
We do.
Oh
love
no,
you.
we do love you, Charles. Don't
We
pretend.
love you so much.
How old are you, Kate?
25, which is weird,
Right.
right? No, I'm 29.
29. So when I was 18.
Yeah,
you're 4 years,
You
21?
yeah, you would have been
21.
21, 22.
when you were 18.
When I was 18.
That's 8 years ago. You 21, 22. So yeah. And you would have met her about roughly, I mean,
When I was 18, because that's when I started going to North.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she hated me.
I mean, that's not true.
This is the biggest fuckboy I've ever seen.
Hey,
Well, for a little bit
That
there,
was also
you probably
true.
could have been that
that
scenario.
was also
At the very
true.
beginning, I was like in my stoner phases when I first started going into there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the only reason I know you at all is because of Lisa, and neither of us like Lisa at all.
Who likes Lisa?
Nobody.
But I know you because of Joey, right?
Yep, Yoey.
So like,
Nice, Trav. Play some Pummel Party. We still got
I love
fucking
him. I was so happy to talk
plenty
to
of
him.
time before we were there.
I was so happy to talk to him.
What?
Good. And I mean, he's doing well.
Actually, we're like coming up on the 2
Actually, really
hours.
have some-
Moving.
I have some questions to ask you, but not for like this like moment.
Okay.
But like when I met you, I mean, there must have been like some other shit like going on.
I think-
Whether
I
it was
think
like
was
you
first
showed up
impression,
and
you took
infiltrated
your-
my
oh,
friend
that's-
group.
yeah.
And I was like,
Get the fuck out of
whoa,
I took your friend group
I'm jealous.
that you didn't really belong in. It's okay.
Yeah, or
And you
maybe
didn't belong
it
in
was,
either,
like-
so.
But I was brought into it.
But isn't that like so? Like you've always been like one of the cutest guys like ever to like hang around. So like all like immediately it was like, oh like, you're such a fucking problem, because like girls would be like, who is that? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Stop fucking asking me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I did know, and I was like, oh.
It's much like the story from last week. It was like, but your boy Seth, though, go talk to him then. I'm not going to fucking help you out
I
here.
was like,
That was
please,
fucked
like
up.
I was like, go talk to him. I
If
was like,
you
"Fuck
wanted to
this
like
guy,
hang out with
this
her,
guy."
I would do a different scenario.
I actually
But
got really upset when you started dating Lisa. So I was like not like a part of like the situation. Obviously, like I would have never been like, don't fucking date that girl.
I wish I've had that advice for both of those.
You wouldn't have listened to it.
No, I would
And
not.
I absolutely with
you didn't know me, so I couldn't beat you into the scenario.
Lisa and like, yeah, I was like, oh my god, no.
Yeah, I didn't know you at that point in time. And the thing is, like, I was friends with Lisa at that point in time too.
I was never friends with Lisa, and I just want to say that I was
Yeah,
the first
well,
one to do this.
tell your own scenario.
I'm a hipster, and like,
So my thing is, like, I had like even like this.
I refused to be friends with Lisa because she was so fucking
Charles,
mean to
too
me
much.
all the time.
Well, and that's
She
kind of
was
thing.
so mean to me.
So like,
So how can you be friends with somebody who hates you?
I agree with that
And I was
scenario
like, fuck
fully.
you, I don't fucking like you. So like when you started hanging, I was like, no. And
See,
that's actually when I first started caring about you. Yeah, I
So
know.
yeah, see,
It's
my
a
thing with like
story
Lisa
for
is like
ages.
I met her like way back, and like I had a ton of fun with this girl and like all that kind of shit. Like we had a blast. Like as a friend for a long time, she was fantastic, and then it was like, Gerch, and then not at all, and then I'm like,
It was just
Oh.
constant bullshit. And I think like
plus
well,
what
because
Charles
she
put in the
was,
chat, but you know,
Like, she was so mean to me, and then it was like this Dawn thing, and Dawn is like so thirsty for everything.
LOL.
it's one of Kate's hometown friends. We've known each other for a while, but he's
This
sleeping.
man
Yeah,
here?
He's still awake.
No, he's awake.
barely.
He just woke up. We'll get him up and going here pretty soon.
That's boyfriend. I mean, they got into an argument the last time they hung out together, like heavily.
They're fine
No, it was an
now.
argument. I was just talking and then he talked over me. So I was drunk. I was like, shut the fuck up and let me talk. I think it came out wrong.
It did.
Which happens quite often.
Yeah. But like with Elisa, and like I disrespected the like situation where she just like, as much as like Dawn is like a fucking
Charlie,
idiot.
come on.
No, he wants Charlie to play at Pummel Party.
What?
Did you buy that?
Avery bought it for me.
Oh, nice.
Then we were playing. It was last.
We played it last night.
Last Saturday, they were playing, or they're like, oh, we're tired of Call of Duty. We need to play something else. Let's play Pummel Party. Like, I don't have it. Like, buy it, Seth. I was like, no, I just bought the Paddle Pass like 2 days ago. I already spent like $30 a game. That's like my limit. And they're like, Avery's like, I'll buy it for you.
Just so you can know what this game is. It's like a ridiculous Mario Party.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So it's actually pretty fun to play overall. I got my ass kicked last night, which is abnormal, but it's pretty fun.
Did
At this point, we're just talking
Consuela?
about friends, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what that's
Like,
the whole.
At this point, we're just.
that's
like,
kinda the whole
talking
fucking
about,
point.
Like Charlie.
Yeah. Well, there's
Travis.
Charlie and a Travis. I bought. Well, and he played. Yeah. Well, fair enough. Don't buy Seth things that you wanted to play because he just
Well, I
won't
think
play
that's like
them.
I was at Target like the other day, and I was like, shoot. I'm not like a game, like I don't like ever video. I played The Sims or like SimCity. I'm like a strategy. I'm not like. Let's,
I do
like,
love me
go
some
out and,
SimCity,
like,
though.
fucking- oh my god. it's
SimCity
amazing.
2000's
Yeah.
the jam.
Absolutely, yeah, it's the shit. It's on my computer right now.
More if I bought it for him.
I will fucking kill you right now. But like, I was like, man, I might want to buy like one of these like Switch things.
A Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. And I'm
Just
like,
borrow
I'm
Seth's. He doesn't
looking-
use it.
And I was looking
Continue
at
your
all
story.
the
Continue your
games.
story. Continue your story, though.
Well, I was looking at all the games and I was like, I threw my Wii away when I moved out of that apartment with Mike, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have. But I'm glad that I did because they don't sell games for it anymore. But I was like,
Well, yeah, all the online's broken too for it.
and
So
yeah, and the whole online situation was like broken. So I was like, maybe that's like a good thing, but like, I kind of wish. But then I was like, and then I stocked up on. They had a deal where it was buy two get one free board games, and I bought some of the most challenging board games that they take you like 3 hours to do one round in,
Damn.
and that's like my shit.
well, yeah, but she also bought
Speaking of,
yeah.
You can take my.
She
the
bought-
only time I use it is when I'm on an airplane.
Well, you know what we need to do is hook it up so you can play some Smash, and get like
have
fuck.
Smash.
Well, I'll buy Smash, whatever.
Smash,
Super Smash Bros.
Bash Bros.
Because that is too difficult to play against him.
You think that one's too
I
difficult
mean,
to play
like,
against me?
I want to like
play the new one against me.
because I'm not good at video games.
That's fine.
Like,
Well,
I never
we
really
need to see
got-
to set up some drunk
I
driving.
had like a PS2. I had like a Wii. This is like my own, and I'm just like not good at like the situation.
That's
But
Mario
I don't
Kart.
like to like fucking get my ass kicked
Yeah, this is not.
You don't play against me. That's
Constantly.
fine.
Yeah, you
in
don't play with us.
anything. No, I mean like even in my PS2, like when the game would be, I'm like really, like I remember playing like Prince of Persia, and there's this one level in like the one that came out when like the PS2 was like so big, where you have to like jump on this pole and like climb up it, and I could never fucking reach it, and I trashed the entire thing because I got so mad. I was like, you know what, we're fucking done here. Learn how to walk away. It's totally fine. The whole thing doesn't fucking exist.
Well, at some point we should still get drunk driving rolling
handle it.
and doing the thing.
And then I got Guitar Hero, and I was like, smash.
Mario Kart for the Nintendo 64 is quite expensive.
I have it. My dad's house.
Then why don't you fucking bring it over?
Because of Corona.
Because I had to go to my dad's house and get it. I can get Eric to bring it in. I probably have 100 N64 games. Because we got it when it was brand new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you were 2 years old, Seth.
Yeah,
What was it? I got Donkey Kong 64 for like $30,
used.
and then I paid $50
Well, yeah.
for a damaged Smash Bros.
Used. That's
Yeah,
rough.
games are expensive these days for the older shit.
Well, games are about to go up in price, right? Because we're all bored and we want to play them.
I think that used games will probably
I
be.
spent $50 on a board game yesterday.
Well, you bought the wrong Monopoly for
No,
one.
First of all, I did buy the wrong Monopoly. That's not the game I'm talking about.
What's this not Monopoly or whatever it's called? The one that
Not.
Teddy and Chris and all of them have been playing.
Oh.
I have no clue.
I have no
It's
idea.
like non-Monopoly.
Monopoly.
I know she bought the fucking Lion King
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
I bought the Lion King Monopoly.
It, like, makes
so
noises
every
and
time
shit.
you pull a card, you can press the button. It's like na sabanya, and you like get to read your chance card.
I
It's
want to play.
dope. I'll bring
Even though
yeah.
our friendship is probably gonna end
Why?
because I
Why?
am very cruel.
We're gonna play real rules though, so
Oh,
you can't.
bitch! I only play real rules. I'm like the rule stickler of.
I just like how last week you tried to play with two people and it doesn't work.
Because I kept blocking him off of his monopolies, and then I got a monopoly, and then I bought all the houses. It was the first two squares, right? I bought all the houses and all the hotel. Like I bought the hotel, and I was like,
Never mind, she's
all I'm
fine.
doing
Yeah.
is banking on you landing on one of these properties, so you have to give me $600.
Damn, she's a cruel person. Never mind.
Yeah.
I monopoly like crazy. I've lost games of Monopoly, but not in my adult life.
I just like how your whole thing. I cheated like one time, and I was like, I wasn't. You were not playing this with me, but like if you cheated one time, guess who would catch it immediately? This fucking guy, and be like, no, can't do that.
I've only
I will
ever
not
cheated.
allow.
Okay, this is how I cheated. The person playing against me did not want to buy the property, so I put it up for auction.
Yeah.
And when you put it up for auction in traditional, like way old school, and this is the Lion King one, so it doesn't like, it's not inflation.
It's not any different. Yeah.
So like this, it's like you flip it over. The property is $65. You flip it over and you put it up for auction, and it goes for 10. And I
Yeah.
was like, 10, it's mine. And he was like, how? And I was like, because you didn't want to buy it.
yeah.
So I won the property for $10 versus $65. It's my property.
Yep.
And he was like, no, I get to auction on it too. And I was like, why? So I can drive the price all the way up and fucking clear you out of money? Because I'll stop when your money's capped out. Like when
So
you're
it turns
like,
out to be the same way.
yeah,
You're
when
either
you're
buying
like,
it now or
fucking $500, I'm gonna be like, okay, give me all of your money, and now you're gonna start mortgaging properties because
No,
I'm
but
not paying you for
could,
shit.
That could be totally like against you as well.
it could
Because if
be.
you were playing against one other person on an auction and you drive it up and they get to the point, you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to take all your money. And then they're like this, and you say the higher number. You're like, no, I don't want it anymore.
Let's
So
just
then
put
you
it this
spend-
way.
you
This
spend
person was
a lot
not
more
doing
money
that.
than
This person
He
was
wasn't
not
gonna
doing
do
that.
And I knew he wasn't gonna like auction with me anyway. He was gonna drive my price up. So like I was just like, well, you didn't want it, so I'm gonna take it for $10. And he was like, that's not how you fucking play the game. And I was like, well, you should have bought it when you had the chance. But I bought it for $10 anyway. So
Yeah, that's why you can't play Monopoly with two people. It doesn't work that way.
sucks to suck is what I like to say.
I'm just.
Sorry.
I'm the wiener.
And that wasn't even my monopoly. That property wasn't my monopoly. So it sucked.
I mean, nobody likes playing Monopoly with me either because I also play these games. So,
I mean, I'm so damn dirty. And then we lived, like, our board game was warped when we got it out of the box. Like, you unfold it, it's like Foursquare, right? And, like, we packed up the game and we both found, like, $200 underneath the board game that both, like, he was like, oh shit, there's like $500 under here. And I was like, oh fuck, I have 20s under here like crazy. So we had money that we didn't even know that we had.
Damn.
And I was like, shit, that
Shit,
sucks.
Rich.
And I was like, oh my god. But they
Maybe
made the Lion King thing, like, the Lion King Monopoly is dope because while you go around the board, it tells you the story of, like, the lion.
Okay.
And, like, your pieces are gold and they're hefty. But they skimped on the rest of it. They put it in a
So they
square
skipped
box.
and they
You
didn't
don't
put the
have
thing
your
on it.
cash, like, you don't have your cash station. You don't have, like, your cards, your property cards aren't square. Like, it's like just not the quality that I would like it to be.
it's because they spent all the money on the fucking noise.
And I spent an extra $10 on Lion King Monopoly that we could have just bought the classic game.
I mean, yeah, you want the thimble. You always
I
No,
want
Thimble's
a
been
fucking
fully replaced.
cash station.
It has?
Yeah, it's been fully replaced.
Oh yeah, you don't get the like thimble anymore like at all. If you
It's
have the
gone.
thimble in a game and you have all the pieces, it's actually like worth quite a bit of money.
Yeah, it's been gone for like 5 years now.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows what the fucking
That's a
thimble
problem.
is,
Because
except
people
for.
don't, only people who like sew know what a thimble is.
But it was like the main piece of Monopoly.
No, what the dog is.
The car.
The car is.
The iron is if we really want to.
Oh, if you want to.
I'm kidding. The dog is always the main piece, and then the card comes in second.
Nah.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
What are all of the pieces even of the OG?
I have no idea.
I have no
All I was knowing is
We have
the only one that I
thimble, we
wanted
have
was a car.
We have iron.
The
We
iron.
have dog.
Okay, what? Okay.
You know, there's at least 8 or 7 or 8 pieces.
Original pieces.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of the one I have now. I have Mufasa. I have
of
Simba. I have Scar.
Monopoly.
I have Nala.
I have no. I couldn't even
Timon,
tell
I have
you.
Pumbaa. There's got to be at least 6 pieces.
Okay, so what do we got? We got a thimble, we got a wheelbarrow, a
Oh.
shoe,
Oh.
the dog, the car, the iron, top hat, and
Oh.
naval boat.
Oh, the boat. The ship.
The ship. Yeah.
Yeah, no one ever thinks about
Which is
the
kind of
top
funny.
hat.
Like when you really look at like all of those items, they don't really go together in any shape or form.
It was a
there's
different
cat
time.
too. There's a cat.
I'm sure that was later releases or something.
I think
but
that was an earlier release.
I don't know. 'Cause
Or maybe it was later.
I don't-
It was. It
Original-
definitely
okay,
wasn't OG.
The original tokens: car, iron, lantern, thimble, shoe,
Lantern.
Tofit,
Well, apparently they've changed them quite a bit over time.
and a rocking horse.
Oh yeah, that's an OG pieces.
Oh yeah, that's real OG.
They were joined by Battleship and Cannon soon after,
We don't have cannons.
despite Hasbro's attempts to modernize Monopoly. Interesting.
Oh, with the cannon. We modernized it. Like, when did this game come out?
So what's funny about this whole thing is, you know, Hasbro owns Death Row Records,
Yeah, I did.
which is
Death Row?
yeah,
No way.
yeah. Look it up real quick.
Hasbro owns a
Yeah,
lot.
Hasbro
Mattel
owns-
owns a lot.
Dang.
Yeah.
Is it a family?
Can we move those? I don't pee and I don't
All right, I got you.
Wikipedia. When did it come out?
Go.
I got cold.
Okay. Publication date 1935.
Oh, so Great Depression era. Not even. Yeah, actually, right then.
No, I thought it was
35 would have been right after. That would have been.
Yeah.
Well,
It was late
Mid-20s?
20s and early 30s, wasn't it?
So no, it still would have been because World War One was 36, yeah, or two. World War Two was 36.
Yeah, it started 36.
So it was at the end of the Great Depression, right before World War Two.
Yeah, World War II. Okay, I was like, not World War One, World War One.
Yeah, that was in the 20s, right?
No, World War One was in the teens.
Oh,
So yeah, it was.
19s.
So do you think that like they started as like what is popular in like World War One, went into the Depression, this is popular now, went into like World War Two, this is
I think
popular
they
now,
definitely took a
went into, like,
chance.
after World War
Still
II,
being
this is
in the
popular.
Depression, putting out anything was
They
pretty
came out
impressive.
with the-
You can come out with a board game for shit. Like
They
it
came out
costs-
with a board
How much do you
baking
think it
game.
costs to come out with like one of those games in mass capacity?
Well, now,
It
but
costs
not
maybe-
in the 30s. You got to think in the 30s when there was no manufacturing
It would've been
capability.
cheaper anyway. It would have been a board and glue, and you know that they are getting them mass produced, and they're still paying people like a cheap amount of money, so it would have been the same cost as it would have been to like make it now in China. So 25 cents to make a board game.
Yeah, but at that time, 25 cents would buy you fucking a meal and a fucking soda. You know.
I know it was better.
Did you hear the original Rosie the Riveter passed away?
Yeah.
No, I did not. But
Sad day. Sad fucking day.
I mean, that she had to be like fucking like 90 years old, 100.
She was up there.
Like if you look at like when that happened, like 38 ish,
Rosie
30.
the Riveter?
Yeah.
That was a couple years. So when did we join the war? 38 or 38?
I think it was 38. We joined the war.
So that's when all the men went to war, and that's when the women came into the workplace.
Rosie the Riveter. That's weird that it was giving me noises over here, but nothing. So, yeah, of course. Where I'm trying to think of the first.
Dude, he's done.
Toast.
He needs to work on his tan. He's kind of white.
So the thing is, Rosie the Riveter wasn't even used until the 40s. So Veronica Foster,
when did we mass-
who was a
mass
Canadian
shoot?
poster girl for women in the war effort in 1941.
1941.
So that's when Rosie the Riveter became a thing. Was early 40s.
She could be.
So
90. I bet she was 90.
let's just say she was 20 at the time frame.
No, much younger.
Hold on, what are we talking about? Are we talking about the history?
Rosie the Riveter. So Veronica Foster.
History?
Veronica Foster died in 2000, by the
We did a
way.
brief history thing on.
She was born in 1922 and she
What's
died
the
in
history?
2000.
So we're talking about this now.
Okay, so she was 98.
No,
No.
it's 78.
Okay.
But she died 20 years ago.
Are we just talking about it now because of like the times that we
No,
are
I
in?
thought.
No, it was literally, that's what it says
I
here.
saw an article saying.
So the term Rosie the Riveter was first used in 1942 in a song.
Did she die like on this day 20 years ago?
Maybe. Oh, hang on. Let me find it again here.
That might have been why it was brought back up.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
So the idea of Rosie
Riveter is
resembled
one of my
Veronica
favorite
Foster.
Marketing icons.
It's
Like,
a
she
great,
is-
It's a great marketing.
It was
especially
an
for the time era.
insanely incredible marketing campaign,
Happy COVID-19 Friday.
for sure.
Here's a pint or two, maybe six to be exact. How the hell are y'all fellas?
We're here.
We're
Doing the
doing
thing.
it.
We are drinking. I'm on like the 5th beer. We got some shots too.
Oh my god, you guys are
Are
way
you on your
behind.
5th beer? We're way behind.
My 5th beer since like 6, but
This is my first beer that I've had since I got here because I had 2 at the house.
you had a Montucky too.
Yeah, that's
So
not
is your still
Montucky.
first one?
That's
Wow.
not Kentucky.
I'm sitting at about like.
I'll grab
9,
another one.
10.
All right, Veronica Foster. We need to clean this bowl out real quick too.
I want to talk about this because I think it's so fucking cool.
I think.
Veronica
Rosie the Riveter is
Foster.
Probably one of the best marketing, like.
Well, yeah, it was to
No.
bring a country together.
It was one of
Wow.
That, but
So I
And,
look
like,
at Veronica
for what?
Foster. So first thing comes up is Wiki, which doesn't have when she actually died.
Lone Star.
But then
Oh,
like
We don't have Lone Star
I
tonight.
just finished
We don't
the
have
Lone
all
Lone
the
Star
porn to
tonight.
go along with
Uh,
it. And I'm on safe search, so you can't see it. But like really just putting Veronica Foster porn.
Oh, that Lone Star, I had 3 of them. I finished them off at like maybe 3 o'clock this afternoon. So I was kind of sad. We don't get them very often.
Yeah, our normal liquor stores don't have them. We have to like go out of the way for
Where's
it.
my chapstick? Oh no.
If not, I got some.
I got it.
I gotta make this bowl though. I'm gonna do this.
So I think like the coolest thing about Rosie the Riveter was she existed for like a reason, right? Like all her men were going to war and she existed as a marketing campaign, like we can get through this, to push all these women into the workforce to manufacture all the goods that we needed while we were overseas at war, right?
It's showing a lot about women's rights. It's showing a lot about.
Oh yeah,
what-
Which was a thing.
It bred an insane amount of situations. So like, and it's amazing because like if some male marketing team, so honestly, if a few men in a room did not decide that this was going, like with cigarettes and like their scotches, did not think of this situation to get women into manufacturing plants to like help out.
It's just the workforce. Let's just say workforce in general.
Yeah, okay,
Because-
into the workforce.
Because that's what
It
what
would have
happened.
never bred, like, it would have never put women into the workforce. And, like, I almost just slapped him in the face.
don't
Or,
need
pa! Like, fuck. But it would never would have happened. So, she was, like, such an amazing symbol, and she's still an amazing symbol to
Oh,
this day.
to
Like,
this
we
day,
can get
yeah.
through this, and it's, like, so fucking cool. And I love her for it. I don't like it when people are like, we can get through this because like my boyfriend broke up with me. I'm like, no, we should probably like educate you on like what lives and what does not.
Mm-hmm.
But like you
Me.
can't, no, like this girl going through this like a heartbreaking
Well, you
breakup.
need help too. I'm just saying.
Let's say Eve, if you will, because probably after tomorrow is, yeah, you're fine, is not gonna have a boyfriend. We'll see.
Keep talking. I was looking up when women were
I'm
like what
looking at
year the women's suffrage act.
1911.
Nope, 20.
Is it 20?
Yeah.
I knew it was like in that time
like-
frame,
A lot of things wouldn't exist if this image of women did not exist.
Oh, exactly. I agree. 100 fucking percent.
And I love this image of women. And I love old school marketing anyway, where people like drew everything up and like it was like a really good like situation. I love OG marketing. What I don't like is when people are like, you take this and you don't think that women aren't like shit, and I'm like, a man drew that, so.
In that time frame,
I actually don't
know if a man
In that time frame, our country was in crisis, kind of the way our country is in crisis now. If you look at our country right now and like the world in crisis right now, you look at this
it's a
situation.
different kind of crisis if you're gonna say crisis because
it's a crisis.
This is a non like this. What
This
we're
isn't
dealing with
war.
now-
But what we are dealing with, I think the coolest thing in the world is that you have scientists all over the world searching and looking and trying to combat the
Agreed,
exact
we're
same
coming
thing.
together.
Everything has stopped to acknowledge this like pandemic, which I think is like insanely fucking dope. And so when people are like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Oh my God, I'm like, stay in your house and take a deep breath and acknowledge that for once in the past 20 years, 18 years, I guess,
About 20.
your world is at war, but like actually we're not.
Yeah, but okay, so you're.
This is the first time in like a long
So
time.
I know
We're all,
you're
like, doing
bringing
the
it
same
in with
thing.
like war and like the world coming to, like I guess like interacting completely together,
Yeah.
but in a different scenario. So okay, well talk about that era of Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah.
We were dragged into that. We weren't an instigator. We weren't anything about that.
We were not
dragged
even
in.
dragged into World War II.
Yes, we were.
No, we put ourselves into World War II after we were attacked. We should have been a part of World War II before we were attacked.
We were attacked, so we were dragged in by Japan.
So I
We
think
were
that
attacked.
tequila did its job.
I wish I had
It's
Wingate
y'all's
here.
friend.
I know. I kind of wish we had Wingate
No,
answer.
Oh no!
I kind of, yeah, I know. I did the same.
Interrupt your shit. Yeah, he got a little rowdy.
This one?
Yeah, this one.
He's looking a
Oh,
little
he's fine.
pale.
This is Spare was the guy from Austin, Texas. Seth.
No, huh?
Seth, this is the guy from Austin, Texas.
Yeah, I know. I was talking about Lone Star.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know if you actually remember the whole thing when we were talking about like the fucking like
It was the strip club.
the strip club with Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows exactly that. You want some water?
I think he's toast. You can go lay down if you want, bud. Like you're all good.
He's napping. You know how comfortable this couch is? I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I know you're tired. It's been a really long day, and I think it's been a really long week. It's okay.
It's okay.
I got you.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
I did not understand anything that you
He said, "Don't worry about it, sweetheart."
said. Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
You want a pillow?
Don't take your pants off because you're not wearing underwear.
Yeah, we don't need any of that stuff right
How
now.
do you know that?
He's so open about the fact that he does not wear underwear. It's like unsettling sometimes.
He's the this is the command I'm in.
That's a free man right there.
He just
Not with them
was
pants.
wearing underwear his entire
Not
life,
those.
and then he was like, break free. I have to break free.
When you're breaking free with them pants, you're not breaking free.
I wish I could go commando all the time, but I chafe like a son of a bitch.
That's all my balls have gained out at my kneecaps.
Brisket tacos and a few slabs of beef ribs should get him going.
You need to shut the fuck up because that's what I want to eat right
I'm
now.
so fucking hungry.
Are we about to get brisket?
Okay.
So when we first met this kid, he was he thought we were drinking Lone Star with Wingate and Paul and everything.
Yeah.
And Wingate starts talking about a strip club like just outside of fucking Austin. He's like, oh, I know. He like said the name, like the whole thing. And they're like, what are you doing? Like, he's like, I'm cooking brisket. And we're like, fuck you. Right now, I want to say fuck you again because it's a brisket scenario.
We can just order from. Oh, probably not like.
No, they're all
I was
closed.
gonna say like Texas.
I was trying to get Jimmy John's, and then apparently, like, online delivery closed at 7.
Well, those guys are crazy fast, and also tired.
Ain't fast at 7:13.
Not fast enough.
That's why I ordered my dinner at fucking 5 or 4:30. I was like, no.
Badass.
But we
if
can
my
always
company
order
flies this dude
something.
out, if my
We ordered
company
Taco
flies
Bell
this
at
dude
like
out,
fucking 10 o'clock.
Sure.
tonight.
Yeah. I've got like $700.
Just fucking email mxchonky@gmail and I'll fucking hook you up.
Yeah, we'll fly you out here just to smoke us meat.
And beer, and he can be on the podcast. He can be fucking drinking this
Same
shit.
dude that had the wine
On the
recipes.
floor laughing.
No, it's not the same
No,
guy.
That's not. That's like our guy.
That's Dick Love.
Yeah,
Oh, that's very loud.
Dick Love's the best.
What do you say?
Let's see here. He just smiley face. Yeah, but if you want to, we'll make it happen.
Dude, you know how to smoke meat? We'll fly you up here.
Yeah, not a big
We'll
deal.
put you on.
We got a
Well, I thought
smoker.
you
We
said
can,
weed. I was like, you gotta smoke you some weed? Like what?
No.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's from
you-
Texas, so he probably can't. He probably hasn't, normally. But if you want,
Oh, it's
to.
not illegal down
I
there.
thought
Huh?
it
No,
was
it's
legal
like
in Texas.
no. You get fucking if you drive in there with Colorado plates, you kind of get fucked. Just driving into that bitch.
Isn't that great? Like I don't want to like go to a different state and feel like I'm in Mexico, and I'm like, here
Well,
are 200 Colorado dollars. You like
Here's
Get me the fuck-
2,000 pesos.
get me the fuck out of here. Yeah, like when you're in Mexico, right? Because like when you're in Mexico, if you get like fucked, you're like, here's like 500 like US dollars, and they're like, okay,
Yeah,
and you're like, okay.
this is extortion. Like fuck.
I mean, it's so corrupt down there anyway.
Yeah, when we were like, you have to, like, we didn't run into any problems. We were like carrying all of this cash anyway. Don't get robbed. That was like our shit.
100%.
No way. There's no fucking
If
way.
my smoker is on a trailer, I would have to drive there.
I mean, I could come up with a smoker all day. Whatever you want to make, I'll make it.
Nah, you don't take a fucking smoker away from the
All right. What if we just like?
There's literally a smoker hanging out in my courtyard that we could just like come and grab.
Well, there's
It's
one.
of
We
the
have one out here.
stand-ups. It's one of the like old school like charcoal under like
Yeah.
stand-ups.
Dude, you know how bad.
Do you do wood? Do you do wood smoke or do you fucking charcoal smoke?
You know how badass it would be to like bring this guy from Texas
Oh, we don't.
and do like a homeless meal kind of thing, like for the homeless people.
No, because you know why? Fuck homeless people. I
mean,
saw that.
Yeah, but I mean, some people that are in need and all that kind of shit.
If they're in need, Yes, but fuck generally homeless
Okay,
people.
That's fair. Our homeless
I think
people
we're
are
about to learn like
shenanigans.
really quick that we can't help like everybody in need when everybody is
Well,
buying
and
all the
that's-
toilet paper and all the Lysol spray, and like you can't even like help yourself in like your own home, and like that's like you can't help like everybody.
That is true. That is true.
I think we should throw a party and just have our people over and do
Or
the
get
thing.
arrested.
Imagine if
We
they're
can't
able
do
to
that.
buy this block, and then we just have black parties.
Although no, I did just see.
He's
Oh,
out.
Terry, yeah, he's done. Terry showed me this. It was like a fucking like DJ like situation where they're like live streaming
Yeah.
right now, and they're like, and it was like somebody like walked in, and when you walk in, there's like a table, and you put on gloves, you put on a mask, everybody has like bodysuits on. You like Purell at the station, and then you walk in, and it's like, and there's like all these people like in their bodysuits and like gloves and that, and they're just like in there like trying to like have a good time.
Oh my God, were you
And,
at a
like-
sex party?
No, I wasn't there. It was on a video.
Okay.
Possibly, it was possibly. I don't know. I didn't see to the end. They didn't broadcast.
I mean, it'd be
it.
pretty fun. Like, regardless to like, I'm definitely excited for like this shit to end because like I'm like so fucking stirring in my house
It's never
right now.
gonna end. I think the idea is that, like the flu, like when the flu pandemic hit in the early 1900s, summer rolled around, and the humidity,
Buries it.
yeah, kind of buries it. So when the air gets dry again, it'll probably flare up. But like what we're hoping for is that like it will do the same thing.
74 degrees. The virus itself cannot, outside of a host, cannot survive in anything
The
over
flu or
74
this one?
degrees.
This one.
Coronavirus.
How do you know this?
It's been posted.
By who?
Science.
So, yeah, it's scientific. It
Yeah,
breaks
of
down like within minutes over 74 degrees.
Yeah.
It's much like it's very similar to the flu in that space. Once we get to a temperature where like it cannot be like just sitting on shit for hours, it will pretty much go away.
But you also have to think about it.
There's
And
still
then
it will
come
still
back.
it will
So
still
there's,
exist.
Like we like rely on these people to like create something, like how we do, like create
Yeah.
like medicine, create like something that like
We have the
sustains
medicine.
the first
For the
world.
last 20 years, we've been vaccinating cows for the.
It's
For
different.
the coronavirus, it's different. It's
different.
a different strain. It's
Yeah.
evolved. It's evolved into humans. It's evolved.
Okay, yeah.
But you're
It's-
right. Yeah, no, you're right. I know this too. But yeah, it's evolved into human because I mean, for the past 20 years, we haven't been dealing with this.
Yeah, I mean, the coronavirus in animals has lived quite a bit of time frame. The thing is, like, once we get to a temperature where things die outside of its host, it'll be all right.
Yeah, and so we're
100%.
hoping to come
What
up
are
with
you
this, like, here
doing?
pretty fast.
I'm watching myself in the.
He's doing a lot of this.
But no, also you gotta
He's
think about
watching
how cold we get at nights, even in our summers. We drop below 74 degrees, so it can still thrive.
Yeah, but it's
no,
gonna
like,
it's gonna fall off heavily,
it's
and
Going to
But
plateau.
Nobody has contact at that time, so it doesn't really.
It's
matter
going to
at that.
plateau, yeah.
It's going to.
And we're hoping, and no other country in the whole world has dealt with it the way that South Korea has.
no, they
And
did it the
South
right way.
Korea really fucking nailed
But the
it.
problem is Americans, as a general rule, is not going to do the same thing that they did.
Well, you put a whole free country into like oh no, you cannot.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
work that
it's
way.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
like some people are like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take this seriously, and most people are like, well, I have a gun, so like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, and you're
So,
like,
and that's kind of the thing that with
your
the
gun's not
scenario,
gonna
like,
kill the coronavirus, my dude. Like, that's just
there's been
not how
a
it
couple
works.
people I've listened to, and I kind of agree. Like, if it really lasts longer than like April 30th, there's going to be like an uprising scenario where like it's not going to be like they don't care anymore, and it's going to be the majority of the United States.
We can't do
So-
that because it's going to infect so many people that so many people are going to become terrified. So like what we're looking at is like a viral infection that makes a lot of people sick, over 1 million people in the world at this point. In the United States, more than half of the cases are sitting in New York alone. But what we're looking at is that we hope to God we can terrify you enough to give you all these bad numbers, all of this shit. So like if you end up in a situation where you can contract it and spread it, you fucking don't. Stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
That's like what it is. Stay the fuck home. And you're not gonna get scared until somebody you know has it. Most of us are like, I'm not gonna let it get to that point. But a lot of us
Yeah.
have people that like we know and we love that work in essential
Well, I mean, he's been working this entire time.
Yeah, like my mom literally works in a hospital.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
is
like, no
mine.
thanks. Yeah, I'm like,
And,
no thanks.
you know,
my sister's job won't let her come to work because my brother-in-law works in the hospital. Like,
well, and that's kind of one of those things, like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like,
scary.
me
So-
and Kate are very lucky that we can do our jobs from home. And it like, doesn't matter in the end game that we're working from home. It's kind of the same thing. Like,
Yeah, it's
yes,
gonna be the same.
output's not quite the same because you're not like in the hustle bustle, that kind of shit.
Well, it doesn't matter because you live with somebody who is out in that shit. So
Yeah.
it's
Like, yeah.
So it's good for me to like be at home, but the end game, like,
if
even
you're gonna
with
get it, you're gonna fucking
even
get
with
it.
you, like, I don't like get up in your grill, like with fucking Scott. I don't get up in that shit. I stand away. Like, I'm not like trolling the scenario.
Yeah.
But that's what that's what you got to do.
But
And like,
people
it sucks.
really-
like,
they really should
I
take
miss
it
my fucking
seriously.
I miss my fucking fam like a
I
little bit.
miss-
Like my sister, my brothers. Like I miss
my
them.
fucking life. Yeah, like I meant like.
Is this yours?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm hoping to gather as much of my like dried hair on this as possible, so it will just blend in the next time I put it in a ponytail. It's
Bring a woman into your house and you find bobby pins on the fucking floor.
oh, those are mine too.
I know they are.
Can you bring those to me? Those are essential.
In the proper way.
Do I what?
I don't think we have any. I think he's just saying that out loud.
No, there are.
There-
Bobby
there-
No, the thing is,
should be two
you
bobby
you
pins.
do generally leave something in my
Yeah,
house
you
regardless.
Just bring those to me when you come out. It's totally fine.
You
But,
like
I
I don't know.
mean-
I got your fucking like your can over here from last weekend. It's over here.
Well, I didn't want to like take it home and wash it. That was like the last
Oh,
thing
so
I
it's
wanted.
just
It's like
make me
so
wash
sticky.
it?
No, not at all. I was just
Well,
like,
I did,
I'll just get it some other. You
so-
did?
yeah.
Thank you.
Of course I did.
I was like, I'll just fucking like. I remember there was like a fireball in there. It's sticky as hell. Like I'll just.
There was still fireball in there.
Let's talk about pins. Do you wear them the right way?
I do wear that. Always groove side down.
Damn straight.
Damn straight. Seth is telling me how to wear bobby pins at this point. What is my life going to?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Okay, but like this,
I don't know.
like just the situation is like what it is, and I wish people would take it seriously. Like I really do, because you don't want to like not take it seriously, and you're somebody who never gets sick, but you
May
develop
carry
a
it.
case. It's not corona that kills you. It is the secondary infection that kills you.
Yeah, pneumonia is a huge one.
Pneumonia,
Yeah.
Yeah, pneumonia is going.
It's because
to
your body. I
fucking
mean,
kill
the
you.
thing is, pneumonia like generally isn't very easy to combat, anyways. If you don't catch it early enough, let alone when you get it, because it's a lung issue. So when you get it, when you have already respiratory
and corona
issues,
attacks your respiratory system.
Yeah.
So like when you already are like feeling tight of chest, if you smoke like we do, if you have asthma, if you have an autoimmune disease, if you have anything like that, you are already so susceptible to be able to catch this like bout of pneumonia that will absolutely sink you in most likely 48 hours.
Yep.
And
yeah,
you can do like a lot of things to help your immunity to like protect this, but like what most people that we're experiencing, and that's why we say it's older people, but younger people die from it too.
yeah.
Is like your body actually cannot attack it the way it's supposed to.
Well, I'm like,
But a lot of people are just looking at the negatives, like how many people died from this, but they're not looking for the survivors.
More people survive than die, and
We're
it's
already
not.
over like 600,000 cases that have already passed or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, in the whole entire world.
But now you're looking at what, like 60,000 that died out of the 600,000 that have.
well,
We'd
and
have
you
to
look
think
at
it's
if you
more
look
like
at
80,
statistically,
64.
H1N1 was significantly worse.
I'm a truck driver for Nestle, so I work Monday through Friday driving to all these stores delivering food at full force in hundreds of different towns and cities.
Yeah, what do you do
So
to
yeah,
keep
I'm
your?
kinda in the
You are.
process.
You're
What
not
do
wrong.
You're essential. What do you do to keep your? My dad is also a truck driver in agriculture. So what do you do to keep yourself safe? I know my dad is masks and gloves like
You
always.
don't really have to. I mean, there's no real connect. Like you don't.
There's
have
not
to
a whole lot of
contact.
I mean, at this point,
You-
every
you-
station has shut their doors, and
Yeah.
they will just hand you your paperwork.
In his
Yeah.
situation, you open the trailer doors and then you go in, you back in, you let them unload it. I mean, you might have to get a signature, but
Yeah, I mean, you're still in contact, but the idea is like, it's not like anything significantly worse.
What
the problem
you
is,
don't want to do is like if you are in contact with other people, don't touch your face. this virus specifically has a knack to put itself into your like mucosal lining in your nose, and it really likes to attach there, and it blooms there. So when it enters through your nose, your mouth, it's going to bloom, and it's going to enter, like it's going to do its thing.
67 is now following.
Thanks for the follow.
So, like, what you want to do is really try to protect yourself. I know it's getting warmer outside, but drink a lot of tea to keep those like mucosal linings like in your throat and in your chest like hot, so they can actually work. Because they like to work when it's like warm, and like almond oil in your nose is like a dope situation.
She works in the health industry basically, so she knows all this shit. So take her word for it.
I do. I work in like the health industry. So what you want to do is like really keep yourself safe. Wash your hands as much as you like. If you believe that your truck is safe, never enter your truck without washing your hands.
Well, and that's the general rule of thumb with when it comes to like any of these.
Yeah,
things.
your house is the same way.
So the problem
immediately when you get into your home, wash your hands.
The big problem with this one is it's not really that much more contagious than any like extra heavy flu scenario.
It's like the flu.
No, it is more contagious.
No, so then the basic flu, but like I was saying, H1N1 was more contagious and had more deaths during the whole time frame in 2009 than this is right now. And we didn't have the same lockdown scenarios.
Oh, that's true.
That's because we came out with a situation. And also when the flu epidemic hit, it was 1913 or 1916, and we didn't know how to like treat it.
Yeah.
But now based on that situation, we know exactly how to take it. Wear a mask.
So no, that's actually not true at all. So unless you have it, don't wear a mask. And the reason for that is if you do, it gets trapped behind it. So you don't want to. So the idea is wear a mask.
If you have it, don't wear a mask. Is that what you're saying?
No, if you have it, wear a mask. If you don't have it,
so you trap it.
You don't have to wear
yeah, so the problem is if you have a mask on, if it gets underneath of it, then it holds it in. So the idea is you're trying not to let it hold itself in. So this whole thing that like today, our governor of this fucking state said wear a fucking cloth.
Yeah, anybody who's out and about wear a mask.
That's been exactly the opposite of what any health professional will tell you.
Yeah, but it's coming out now. It's coming. They're like want people to wear masks now.
But it's actually not true at all.
Okay, but here's like the deal.
What did
because
you say? Sorry.
No, the situation is
he was just saying he doesn't do anything extreme or whatever, which is I agree with.
It's not extreme to wash your hands.
No.
But I do believe like if you have access, if you can get a pump of Purell or like hand sanitizer, use it every time you get back into your truck or anything like that. Because if you shake hands with it, don't ever touch anybody right now. If you can stand
as we high-fived
earlier
earlier on this fucking stream, but you know.
I mean,
This has gotten really serious.
Yeah, I agree. We kind of like went off the rails.
We were going to not talk about this, but I actually do think it's important to talk about this now because I do work for the person that's like, okay, here's like how it goes.
Yeah, but there's a lot of misinformation even in that level of place.
I just think the best situation at this point is to wash your hands as much as you can.
That's pretty much where you need to be.
Yeah,
is wash your hands.
and like if you have Purell and you can't have access to like
that's all it really takes is just wash your hands
and don't touch your
face, out of your
hands. Don't
hands.
touch your face because again, like a virus can live on anybody's skin, and it won't do anything to you. But the minute you do this, you're infected, and that's what you don't want.
Hey, thanks for the sparks. Appreciate that.
And so that is where we're sitting right now.
Yeah,
and also eat a lot of veggies. Eat a lot of veggies. Get your immune system going.
Well,
it's totally
obviously
fine.
we've gone too far in this show.
I know. I'm like all about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Out of supplies.
I know. So are we.
Yeah.
I can't find Lysol spray here for shit.
That's okay. Let's see. We're at 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is a little too far for normal. We've gone beyond. We got somebody.
I'm going to say it's 50-50.
Toasted the fuck out over here, which is funny.
Fucking
It's pretty
pussy.
funny. It's pretty funny.
He's fine.
I think we're gonna cut it right now because like we're at this point where like I'm tired of talking to this fucking microphone.
We should. Yeah, honestly, I'm really tired of like leaning forward.
But you don't have to lean forward. Those mics pick.
Remember,
And then this one time.
I know you just rolled in, but we'll be back next Friday, 7 to 9. I think I have a new podcast that's going to come up in the next couple weeks.
Also, if you have questions about any of this, just follow me on Twitter at like Garfield Caitlin something. I don't even know what my Twitter handle is anymore,
You don't even
but
know.
I'm sure you'll find it.
Just look me up at mxhockey.com, or actually mxhockey.com.
.com.
I do have a .com that's full on that one, but
Yeah, we gotta build
so that's not done yet. DicksPatio.com is coming too. I have that
But
one.
like, if you do have like questions, hit one of us up on Twitter,
Yeah.
and I'll take it. Like, if it's one of these like things, I'll take it.
We'll figure it out.
You to where it like has to go.
Or just send us a bunch of bullshit because that's what they actually want.
That's what we like.
That's what.
Y'all. Talk to y'all.
Yeah. Have a good night. It's been Dex Patio. I'm Dick.
I'm Kate.
I'm Steph. I'm the random guy that came in.
Yeah,
Except for
baby,
you're normally
that's
here.
Gare. That's Gare, and he's sleeping.
He's toast.
He's out.
It's all right.